An Indian summer afternoon on the Plains, homecoming as the Auburn Tigers get the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Good afternoon. Welcome into Jordan-Hare Stadium. Former Tiger quarterback Stan White. I'm Andy Bertram. After two tough road losses, Auburn returns home. They're looking for a win. They're also looking just to play better football, Stan.
They certainly are. They did not pass the test for 2 straight weeks. They went on the road, played some big-time SEC opponents, but the first goal they set at the beginning of the year was to become bowl eligible. They can do that today.
Louisiana Tech features a high-powered offense. They really like to put the ball in the air. They've got a true freshman at quarterback in Luke McCown, and one of his primary targets is a big receiver in James Jordan.
James Jordan, 230 pounds, 53 catches on the year, 525 yards, a big guy that can go across the middle and grab it.
One of several big receivers in that Louisiana Tech offense. For Auburn, he's been Mr. Consistent all season long, Rudy Johnson.
What a shot in the arm for the running game of Auburn Tigers. He's going for his 7th 100-yard-plus game. With LA Tech being 108th in the NCAA in rush defense, they're going to hope he gets it today.
Rudy only needs 125 yards to reach 1,000 for the season. It is Auburn and Louisiana Tech, and we'll be back with more pregame activities when we return on College Sports Southeast.
Florida's got the big rush on Nix. He floats one in the end zone. It is caught! Touchdown, Auburn! Sanders caught it! Touchdown, Auburn! Touchdown, Auburn! Frank Sanders from Nix. Auburn's ahead. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Celebrate Jim Fife's 20th anniversary at Auburn with a brand new video. 20 years of great calls.
Bye-bye, Bo! Touchdown, Auburn!
Featuring exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, interviews, and, of course, Jim's greatest calls.
Oh, he caught it at the 2, and he dived in! Touchdown, Auburn! Touchdown, Auburn!
To order the video and companion CD, call 1-800-208-2112 or order online at www.aunetwork.com.
A glorious day for football on the Plains. Auburn and Louisiana Tech on homecoming. The Tigers have been dominant on homecoming. They've won their last 8 homecoming games. And for the Tigers, Stan Whitey, it kind of sets up, and we'll look at this in just a few moments as we look at the schedule a little bit later on. But, boy, you just can't emphasize enough that Auburn has to execute better, and especially, I guess, offensively, because the Tigers have only scored 3 offensive touchdowns in the last 3 games.
Well, they certainly do, and the one thing is, they, like we talked about at the beginning, they've been introduced to some big-time SEC football in the last 2 weeks. They didn't play well. That's the biggest thing that they need to come out to do today. They set goals at the beginning of the season to become bowl eligible. They can do that today, getting a 6th win, but they just want to go out and play better on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Against State, defensively, they played pretty well in the second half. Against Florida, they didn't play well at all. You know, and so that's the big thing. They need to come out and have a full game like they have in the first 5 games.
You know, Auburn throughout this week said, you know, they're going to return to the basics offensively. I think we're going to see something a little more similar to what we saw in the Ole Miss game as compared to the last 2 weeks on the road.
Well, the thing that Auburn has been able to do in the first 5 weeks of the season, they got ahead, and then they got to the 4th quarter, and they ran the ball with Rudy, and he got most of his yards. The bulk of his yards comes in the 4th quarter when he can wear the defenses down. He's 230 pounds, and when a guy like that is just bruising you left and right, off tackle, then the stretch play outside, then, you know, it wears down a defense.
And join everyone else, folks, for the national anthem as provided by the Greater Auburn Band.
Our national anthem.
Greater Auburn Band with the national anthem. We were talking just a few moments ago about what lies ahead for Auburn. You know, this Tiger team's got to be getting a little bit tired, Stan. It hasn't had a break since the start of the season. As a matter of fact, it's got 2 more games, including today. After that Arkansas game, there's Auburn's off week.
Well, they will certainly be wanting that. I mean, 8 or 9 straight games is really hard to do. I mean, most of the SEC teams have already had their off week. Auburn has got it after the Arkansas game, October 28th. But you're exactly right. There's a lot of bumps and bruises. Fortunately, they haven't had a lot of detrimental injuries, injuries, season-ending type injuries, and that's been a fortunate thing to their for their off-season conditioning.
Well, we're approaching the time of the year that Coach Dye used to call Amen Corner. Arkansas, Georgia, and Alabama coming up. That's the big stretch for the Tigers. As you look at the standings in the West, Alabama is on top of 3-3 overall mark. The Crimson Tide played very well a week ago against Ole Miss. They're now 3-1. Mississippi State with a huge game tonight at LSU. The Bulldogs are 2-1 in the league. There's Auburn. The Tigers certainly still have an opportunity to make it to the SEC championship game. LSU as well. In the East, Florida and South Carolina on top at 4-1. Georgia is just a half game back, but as you'll see in a few moments, Georgia is struggling at Tennessee, and then it's really a 3-team race in the East as Tennessee, Kentucky, and Vandy really find themselves out of contention for the SEC Eastern Division Championship. And we'll take a look now at scores from around the country in college football. This game is brought to you by your Alabama Shell dealers. You can count on Shell. And Health South, the healthcare company of the 21st century. Welcome back to Jordan-Hare Stadium. Lots of orange in the stands has been the custom for the Auburn Tiger fans this year, as instructed by Tommy Tuberville, and Auburn fans have certainly taken that to heart. Auburn about to come out onto the field as folks get set for this final non-conference game of what we hope is the regular season for the Tigers against the Louisiana State Bulldogs. And Stan, as you look at Jordan-Hare Stadium and Auburn comes on the field, we talked about the offense performing better this afternoon. Well, heck, defense has got to play better than it did a week ago in Florida.
Well, they certainly do, and Rex Grossman, being a freshman quarterback at Florida, really lit up Auburn's secondary. But the thing that Florida did so well is they allowed him to sit back in the pocket. Auburn got virtually no rush on Rex Grossman, and he was able to pick them apart. You can put I mean, you can put a high school quarterback back there, and if he has all day to throw the ball, you can throw it and do well.
Send it down to the field. Dr. James Andrews with today's Health Out Injury Report.
Well, as you know, we've had 2 real physical football games, and I'm here to tell you we're real fortunate to have everybody ready to go today from a health standpoint. Josh Weldon's not going to play, still nursing a shoulder problem, and we're real fortunate, too, with Ben Laird. We were a little scared last week that he may have had a little concussion. He really got hit in the chin, but he's over that, no problem, so we're healthy. We're here to win this ball game.
All right, Dr. Andrews, thank you very much. Auburn's Dr. Andrews is Director of Medicine for the Auburn Tigers. Boy, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day on the Plains for homecoming. A big, big crowd at Jordan-Hare Stadium. As you take a look at the weather conditions, expected to get into the 80s today. The wind will not be much of a factor, only 5 miles an hour this afternoon. So, shouldn't be much of a factor. Teams will have to, from time to time, deal with the sun, but that's about the only weather condition for this afternoon. Auburn has won the toss, and Auburn will go on offense right off the bat. Looks like they want to establish things offensively, Stan.
Well, they certainly do, and it starts with Rudy Johnson, number 32. Louisiana Tech is pretty good against the pass defense, but their rush defense has been horrible all year, ranked 108th in the NCAA. Pass defense is a very respectable 14th, but Auburn wants to come out, establish early that they can be a dominant running team. They want to get in the end zone quick, play a lot of players, but I tell you what, they want to get on the scoreboard first, something they haven't been able to do in the last couple of weeks.
Auburn's Tommy Tuberville, the head coach of the Tigers, in his second year on the Plains. And you know he wants his team to play better in all facets of today's game, offense, defense, and in special teams as well. He said that Auburn will return to more of a base-type offense. I think you can look for Rudy Johnson to run the ball a little bit more early in this game this afternoon against the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. You know, Louisiana Tech struggling on the year at 2-5, and yet they come in after their most impressive win of the season, 48-14 over Louisiana Lafayette a week ago. And you know the Bulldogs will come in kind of loosey-goosey, nothing to lose as they try and pick off another big-time team. They've done it in the past.
And I tell you, they have a freshman quarterback in Luke McCown. Listen to these numbers: 31 for 42, 353 yards, 6 touchdowns against Louisiana Lafayette. I tell you, that is some impressive numbers for a freshman quarterback.
Jack Bicknell is the head coach for Louisiana Tech. His father, the longtime head coach at Boston College. He played for his father at Boston College. As a matter of fact, he was the center on that Boston College team that played Auburn in the Tangerine Bowl.
And I know Jack Bicknell Sr., he coached in the NFL World League. Barcelona Dragons played against him when I played for the New York Giants and was playing in Europe. So got to know Jack Bicknell Sr. Pretty well, and he's a terrific guy, great coach, and his son is also.
Josh Scobie will kick it off for Louisiana Tech as you take a look at Travaris Robinson, one of Auburn's 2 returners for this one this afternoon. And we're just mere moments away from the start of Homecoming 2000, the Auburn Tigers and the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. As you take a look at Tim Carter, the speedster, who's already returned 1 touchdown, 100 yards this season. Scobie puts a foot into it. Tim Carter, 5 yards deep in the end zone, will bring it out. Carter puts his head down and gets to the 20. That was a problem a week ago for Auburn getting to the 20. Thadrick Love, with the stop for Louisiana Tech, and Auburn will open up 1st and 10 as you take a look at Noel Mazzoni, Auburn's offensive coordinator. The Tigers open up 1st and 10 at their own 20. Here's the Auburn offensive lineups brought to you by Dodge. Across the front, Simmons, McGarry, Nowlin, Pasillo, and Castro gets the start at right tackle for the injured Colin Sears. In the backfield for the Tigers, Johnson, Evans, Daniels, and Worthy are the receivers, and Lorenzo Diamond at the tight end. We'll get Ben Laird in just a moment as Auburn opens it 1st and 10 at the 20. Laird, the handoff to Rudy Johnson. Straight ahead, Rudy Johnson for 9 yards. And boy, that's exactly, Stan, what Auburn is hoping to do this afternoon. Just run at Louisiana Tech.
Well, it certainly is. Auburn wants the defensive backs to be able to tackle Rudy Johnson today. If they're doing that, that means Johnson is getting 8 and 10 yards a pop.
On the season, Ben Laird, maybe the numbers are a bit down from a year ago, still very good on the season. Laird this season, 111 of 183, 1,337 yards, 7 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. From the 29, 2nd and 1 for the Tigers. Rudy Johnson again. He dances across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and that's a first down for Auburn. Here's the defense for the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, brought to you by Dodge. 3 down linemen, Thomas, Ellsworth, and Boone on the front line for Louisiana Tech. 4 linebackers, Randall, Wallace, Bradford, and Quincy Stewart, the linebackers for the Bulldogs. And in the secondary, Alford, Gray, and Leonard. Actually, Pernetter not in the starting lineup today. He's replaced by Willie Shepard at cornerback. From the 31, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Rudy Johnson gets it again, tries to cut back across the grain, and Johnson struggles to get to the line of scrimmage. Jerome Wallace and Michael Boone combined on the stop for Louisiana Tech. No gain, maybe a loss of a half yard for Rudy Johnson on first down.
Well, you're seeing Auburn come out early in its big offense. They had 2 tight ends there. They call it the ace formation. The first two plays, they had 2 backs in Heath Evans and Rudy Johnson, 2 wide receivers. This time they're going to come out with 3 wides.
From the 30-yard line, 2nd down and 10 for Auburn. Leard, play action. Steps up into the pocket and throws. Clifton Robinson is open. And Robinson breaks down the sideline to the 47-yard line. Willie Shepard, the cornerback from Morgan City, Louisiana, made the stop on Clifton Robinson, and if not for Shepard, Clifton's still running.
Well, that was certainly great blocking by the offensive line of Auburn. Ben Laird had all day, had a good pocket to sit in. You see the play action fake right here to Rudy Johnson. He sits there, waits on Clifton Robinson, breaks on a corner route. And Willie Shepard getting introduced to Clifton Robinson right there, barely keeps his feet and saves it for a touchdown. Willie Shepard being the starter over Rod Pernetter today.
22 yards on the gain for the Tigers into Louisiana Tech territory at the 47. The rollout by Lear. Throws to Heath Evans, who's got it inside the 40. And rumbles ahead to the 35, and he's got a first down. Evans was able to fight off the block of Bobby Gray, the rover back, maintain his balance, and get a first down for the Tigers. That's a 12-yard, make that a 13-yard gain for Auburn.
Auburn wants to be able to get the ball to their backs, passing more than they do. They haven't been able to do that the last couple of weeks. Good play-action pass right here by Ben Laird. Sets up on the run. Good throw to Heath Evans. People forget Heath Evans and Rudy Johnson have really good and delicate hands for big guys.
Delicate hands?
Delicate hands. He wouldn't appreciate me saying that.
I don't think he would. To the Louisiana Tech 34. Tech is going to blitz. The inside handoff. Rudy Johnson busts it across the 30. And Johnson down to the 17-yard line. Brandon Avance on the tackle. They blitzed from the outside. Auburn ran it right up the gut.
Well, they certainly did. They came off the end with a blitz, but Rudy Johnson takes it right up the middle. And you see after he gets 5 yards downfield, he is going to break all the single tackles right here. Good cut by Rudy Johnson. Look at that blocking by the offensive line. Bounces off one guy, and he knows where he wants to go. He wants 6.
18 yards on the gain for Rudy Johnson. Tigers taking it down to the field to the Louisiana Tech 16-yard line. Auburn is dominant on homecoming day. Rudy Johnson again, big surge by that offensive line, and Johnson bounces inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. Michael John Leonard, the free safety on the stop. And that front 4 make that the front 5 of Auburn. Simmons, McGarry, Nowlin, Pasillo, and Castro really creating a big-time running lane for Rudy Johnson, who'll get a break now as Heath Evans checks in the backfield for the Tigers.
When your strong safety and your free safety are your leading tackles, Bobby Gray is the leading tackler with 52. Michael John Leonard is a second leading tackler at free safety. Then that means your defense is not doing the job up front.
Heath Evans behind Ben Laird. First down from the 9. Up the middle, Evans, touchdown Auburn. And Auburn made it look easy going 80 yards, and Heath Evans was nearly untouched.
Heath Evans, the first people to touch him was his offensive lineman coming to congratulate him 8 yards deep into the end zone. Look at this power surge right here. They call this the hunt play right up the middle. They fake the sweep to Reggie Worthy, hand it to Heath Evans right up the middle. He goes untouched for the 6.
Wow. Untouched to be sure. Duvall's extra point is good. He is 68 of 68 in his Auburn career, and the Tigers did exactly what they wanted on the opening drive, going 80 yards for the touchdown. 11:29 to go in the first quarter. Auburn 7, Louisiana Tech nothing. Evans to pay dirt for Auburn. Watch College Sports Southeast Friday nights at 6 for College Sports Central Special Edition, featuring CSSE football analyst Gene Stallings. It's your source for college sports news. For more information, log on to collegesportscentral.com.
Products from the Auburn Network. For free company, call 1-800-240-3926.
Heath Evans, big number 44 for the Tigers. The touchdown run of 9 yards for Evans. And the Tigers on the board on their opening drive. It only went 8 plays, 80 yards, 331, just one pass on that drive. Auburn just basically took it right to Louisiana Tech, nothing fancy.
They certainly did. They mixed in a few passes, one to Clifton Robinson, one to Heath Evans, but for the most part, they kept it on the ground and they dominated, getting 5 and 6, 8, 10 yards a pop.
Damon Duvall asked to put this one into the end zone for the Tigers. John Simon set to receive this one for Louisiana Tech. And it is Simon from the 9. And a reverse. Up the sideline. Still on his feet and out of bounds at the 35-yard line for Louisiana Tech is Fahim Ali. He's out of Miami. They went with the reverse right off the back. A big gain. Dontarian Thomas with the tackle for Auburn as we look at the offensive starting lineups for Louisiana Tech, brought to you by Dodge. Sykes, Hewlett, Murph, Corey, and Laverne on the front for Louisiana Tech. Actually, Hewlett not in the lineup today, replaced by Richard. Simon is the lone tailback, Cangelosi, Daig, Jordan, and Newman. The tight end for Louisiana Tech, and at quarterback is Luke McCown, true freshman from Jacksonville, Texas, 353 yards and 6 touchdowns last week. First and 10 from the 34 to the sidelines, and that is caught. Sean Cangelosi, all 6'4" of him, on the catch for Louisiana Tech to the Auburn 41-yard line. Well, Auburn had a host of players there for that one.
Well, that was a misread by McCown. He had 3 guys. He should have went to his short guy. Look at Rodney Creighton, number 3 Gilliard there. And I tell you, Sean Cangelosi used every bit of his 6'4" frame to go up and make a great catch for Louisiana Tech.
25 yards on the gain for Louisiana Tech to the 41 as you get a look at, and he looks like a true freshman, doesn't he? That's a young kid at quarterback for the Bulldogs. Now across the middle, complete. The catch made by James Jordan, who leads Louisiana Tech in receptions. Alex Lincoln, Rashad Walker on the tackle for Auburn. 8 yards on the gain. The numbers for McCown on the season, he's basically only played in 2 games, and good numbers to go with those 2 games. 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 671 yards. He threw for 353 a week ago against Louisiana Lafayette.
6 touchdowns in 1 game.
Second and 2. The flip to Delwyn Daig. Daig to the 31-yard line. DeMarco McNeil on the stop as we look at the Auburn defensive starting lineups. And they're brought to you by Dodge. Javor Mills, McNeil. Dexter Murphy gets the start at right tackle with Reggie Torbor at the right end for the Tigers. In the linebacking core for the Tigers, Pounds, Lincoln, and Pate, although Auburn may use more than 1 whip back this afternoon. Casher and Creighton, they need to step it up today, along with Gilliard and Walker. From the 31st and 10. Simon hit at the line. He has the across the 30-yard line. DeMarco McNeil active already for the Tigers, makes the stop as Simon gets about 1.5 yards for Louisiana Tech. Simon, go ahead, Stan.
DeMarco McNeil has been a very pleasant surprise this year. He's dropped a lot of weight. He got into shape. 8 tackles versus Florida last week. He's really become that leader on that defensive line.
A gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the Auburn 29 for the Bulldogs. Downfield, the catch is made by David Newman, the tight end, about 1 yard shy of the first down. Rashad Walker on the stop for Auburn. Newman is big guy, 6'6", 250, a senior. That's his 14th catch of the season.
Boy, a quarterback loves to play in this type of offense when you throw it virtually every down. Like you said in the pregame, Andy, it's a lot like the Florida offense. these teams are not going to run the ball a whole lot. You're going to put up some good numbers, but you got to have a quarterback that knows exactly where your receiver is going to be when you have 4 or 5 guys coming out.
First look for Auburn this season at a no-huddle offense as well. 3rd down and 3. There's the flare pass. It's complete up the sideline. John Simon out of the backfield with the catch. Alex Lincoln on the stop. Not only is Simon Louisiana Tech's leading rusher, he's second on the team in receptions. That gives him 35 on the season.
Yes, and over 330 yards now on the season, catching the ball, 35 catches like you said. He and James Jordan have been a really good duo catching the ball and running the ball for Louisiana Tech.
Simon, I think, expected to be hit immediately. He was able to get a couple extra yards. 1st and 10 from the Auburn 13. Jordan in motion. The count on the rollout. Throwing for Jordan. And he's taken down at the 10-yard line nicely by Rob Pate out of Irwin High in Birmingham. The Auburn senior whip linebacker on the stop against James Jordan. 3 yards on the game.
Rob Pate has become that engineer of that defense. He and Alex Lincoln, you see their senior leadership every week. He gets the guys in the right position. Great tackle right there. Good coverage on a big James Jordan.
If not for Rob Pate, James Jordan goes into the end zone. It's been a huge year already for Jordan, as you see. Here's 2nd down and 7. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown with a flag down. Touchdown to David Newman, but again, a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe an offsides.
So Louisiana Tech answers Auburn by taking it right down the field. The 2nd touchdown of the season for the tight end, David Newman. And here's Josh Scobie on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of the backup quarterback, Max Scobie. Scobie's extra point is good. And so with 8:04 to go in the first quarter, this game is tied. Auburn and Louisiana Tech tied at 7 on homecoming at the Plains. Don't miss the Auburn Football Review with head coach Tommy Tuberville every Tuesday night at 6 on College Sports Southeast. Look to College Sports Southeast for up-to-the-minute Auburn Tiger news. Here's the scoring drive by Louisiana Tech. Impressive just as Auburn's, but the Bulldogs taking it through the air. Luke McCown with the touchdown pass. It only took 8 plays. Only 1 running play, almost just the exact opposite of Auburn's opening drive.
The freshman picking right up where he left off last week, completing all 7 of his passes on the drive. Really impressive drive for Louisiana Tech. Big confidence boost for the freshman Luke McCown to come in here and be able to throw the ball 7 for 7 for 65 yards and a touchdown.
Scobie with the kickoff for Louisiana Tech. 7-7, Auburn and the Bulldogs. 8:04 to go in the first quarter. Tim Carter, 3 yards deep. Carter up the gut. Nice move out to the 27-yard line. A fine return by Tim Carter. Michael J. Leonard on the stop for Louisiana Tech.
Well, I know every time Tim Carter takes a kickoff, we hold our breath up here, so you know all of 80,000 people are doing the same thing, including the Louisiana Tech fans.
And Ben Leard leads the Tigers back on the field. From the 27, 1st and 10 for Auburn. 3 wide set. Tech shows blitz. Rudy Johnson up the middle. And Rudy Johnson moves the pile out to the 30-yard line before Quincy Stewart, the zip linebacker, a senior from Tyler, Texas, makes the stop for the Bulldogs.
With Louisiana Tech's quick-firing scoring offense, Auburn is going to try to set the tempo, just run it. Auburn's type of scoring drivers are going to be the 5 and 6 minutes. Their first one was a little over 3 minutes, but they're the type of offense that's going to take 5 or 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and wear the clock down and try to get Louisiana Tech in its tempo.
3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. 2nd and 7 for Auburn from its own 30. Up the gut again. Rudy Johnson. And Rudy gets to the 35-yard line. He goes for 5 yards before the rover, or the strong safety Bobby Gray, makes the stop. He's from Texas. Had some interesting things to say in the press this week. Kind of welcomed the running attack of Rudy Johnson in Auburn.
When being the leading tackler on the team, he's going to get a big dose of number 32 today.
Rudy Johnson out for Auburn. In is Heath Evans on this 3rd down and 2 play with 4 receivers in the lineup for Auburn. Laird checks off at the line. The play clock is down to 4. Laird is hit back at the 25-yard line, and he fumbles. Brian Bradford, the Sam linebacker, came in and put a lick on Ben Laird. That's the 15th sack of the season for Louisiana Tech, and Auburn is forced to punt the football.
Take a look. Ben Laird has D.D. Green on a curl, but has no chance to step into it before Brian Bradford comes in and lays a monster lick on Ben Laird. Take another look at it right here. He wants D.D. Green on a curl route, but he feels Brian Bradford coming right up the gut.
Damon Duvall to punt it away for Auburn. There's Bradford, who made the big stick. Duvall kicks it away, and he hits a high, towering kick. And the fair catch called for by John Simon, who's Mr. Everything for Louisiana Tech. Returns kickoffs, return punts. The tailback, the second leading receiver on this ball club. .48 yards on the punt by Damon Duvall. So Auburn goes 3 and out on its second drive, and here's Louisiana Tech. Auburn did very little to stop the Bulldogs on the opening drive. From the Louisiana Tech 32-yard line. The flip out to Jordan with a running lane. Jordan to the 40-yard line. He gets 8 yards before Mark Brown, backup middle linebacker from Germantown, Tennessee, makes the stop for Auburn.
Good play right there for Louisiana Tech. That makes 8 straight completions for Luke McCown. Just a quick screen pass to James Jordan, their leading receiver. He cuts it up before Mark Brown can get a shoestring tackle on him. And like you said today, we're going to see a lot of backup linebackers and quick. Dontarius Thomas is going to play a lot today because he's a quicker linebacker, good coverage guy. But LA Tech having their way with that pass defense right now. 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs. A 4-wide set. There's the flip again. This time up the sideline. Cangelosi met at midfield, but he went out of bounds actually at the 47. That's enough for a first down, however, for the Bulldogs. 9 straight completions to open the game by Luke McCown, who was a high school senior last year. Very impressive start right here by Louisiana Tech in that offense. Auburn, they've shown so far they've got their big challenge, a big test in front of them today. 9 for 9, like you said, 81 yards for Luke McCown and a touchdown.
4 receivers and a tight end on the field for Louisiana Tech. From the Bulldog 48, McCown with time. Now flushed out of the pocket, he'll run. And McCown taken out of bounds at the Auburn 43-yard line by Mark Brown. A gain of 9 on the play for McCown.
Looking at that play right there, Luke McCown has got all day to throw. He's got a good pocket to throw in. That offensive line is doing a tremendous job of protecting him. And that's what's going to happen when a quarterback such as Luke McCown can do it. Take a look. Look at this pocket right here. He has all day before he tucks down and gets 9 yards.
2nd down and 1 from the Auburn 43-yard line for McCown as Auburn shows blitz and does. The handoff to Simon. No room to go, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Dontarius Thomas came on a blitz from the outside, and Louisiana Tech will lose a couple yards.
That was a miscue right here by the offensive line. Take a look right here. Both guards pull both ways, and they run into each other. Take a look right there. Both guards and tackles pull, and they run slap into each other. When that happens, running back's not going to get anywhere.
On 3rd down this season, Louisiana Tech 43%. The Tigers holding opponents to 29% on 3rd down.
That, my friends, is why Louisiana Tech is a passing team.
Here's 3rd and 5. McCown throws complete. First down inside the 40-yard line. Cangelosi with the catch. Walker with the tackle. First down for the Bulldogs.
Luke McCown, 10 straight completions, another first down for La Tech.
9 yards on the game. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Louisiana Tech at the Auburn 38. Simon up the middle. Simon taken down by DeMarco McNeil with a fumble, but they'll say that Simon was down at the Auburn 35-yard line. Looked like Luke McCown checked off to that inside handoff to Simon.
He did. They had a 2-deep coverage. They spread everybody wide, and he runs the hunt play right up the middle. And you see the ball or the ground cannot cause a fumble. It happened right there. DeMarco McNeil making his presence known early. He's been in on 3 or 4 tackles already.
Odd, because Tech has thrown the ball most of the time in this first quarter. A gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the Auburn 35. McCown on the rollout. Now he looks deep, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Delwyn Daig out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He got tangled up, though, with Rodney Creighton. And that's the first incomplete pass of the day for Luke McCown and Louisiana Tech.
It certainly is. 10 for 11 for 90 yards. Touchdown, his longest pass being 25 yards, but like you said, and that was really just a throwaway.
Here's 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Take a look at Jack Bicknell, the head coach for Louisiana Tech.
Auburn brings an extra defensive back in very late.
McCown to throw, does, incomplete, intended for Cangelosi. He was hit twice. The last hit came from Dontarius Thomas, the first hit from Courtney Rose.
Dontarius Thomas was not going to allow Sean Cangelosi to get in there, and he put his helmet right in Cangelosi's chest.
4th down for the Bulldogs, and they'll go for it, but first we'll get another look at the play.
Look at it right here. They put another defensive back in. Dontarius is as fast as a defensive back, but he hits just a little bit harder, my friends.
Here's 4th down. Louisiana Tech 4 of 11 on 4th down this season. The Bulldogs need 7. McCown throws. Cangelosi's got it. First down inside the 25. Rashad Walker on the stop. They just threw it up, and the big 6'4" Cangelosi got it.
Credit Cangelosi right here. Come off the last play, getting stuck hard by Dontarius Thomas coming across the middle. Comes right back on 4th and 7, and they go to him again right across the middle. Luke McCown, good pass right there. Cangelosi goes up with his 6'4" frame and catches it for the first down.
To the Auburn 24-yard line. An 11-yard gain for Louisiana Tech. McCown throws it back across. And this is Delwyn Daig. He dives into the end zone for the touchdown. And Louisiana Tech has opened up the lead on Auburn.
What play calling right there by Louisiana Tech. They had been running the quick screen to the left, kept running it. They come back and fake it, throw it to Daig down here on the screen pass right there. Good cut right there, and he's going 88 and out the gate.
That's stupid. I had a sweet shot. They went the high end zone.
Here's Scobie for the extra point. And Louisiana Tech leads Auburn now by a touchdown. Tech has scored on its first 2 drives. 2:35 remaining in the first quarter. Luke McCown already with a pair of touchdown passes. This to Daig, and Tech leads Auburn 14-7. Keep up with the latest Auburn sports news by logging on to the Auburn Network website each and every day. The site features live broadcasts, video highlights, and contents. Also, make sure that you log on and vote for your favorite Jim Fife radio call over the last 20 years. All of that and much more at the most comprehensive site on the web for Auburn athletics, www.aunetwork.com. Scoring drive for Louisiana Tech, 10 plays, 68 yards, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Luke McCown to Delwyn Daig for the touchdown.
Well, it looked as if the first drive, Auburn was just going to dominate the day, going straight down 80 yards for a touchdown. But credit Bicknell and Louisiana Tech coming back not only to score right back on the very next drive, but to go ahead 14-7.
Scobie to kick it off. Tim Carter about 4 yards deep in the end zone. He'll bring it out. Tim Carter down the sideline and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Scobie, the kicker, made the stop on Tim Carter. And so Auburn will open up 1st and 10 at its own 30-yard line.
What talent in number 2, Tim Carter. He's so smooth, the fastest guy on the team. Had a 39-yard pass last week, his first pass of his college career. Completed it to Marcel Willis on an end-around pass.
And it took the kicker to bring him down. From the 30, 1st and 10 for Auburn. Louisiana Tech puts 5 up on the line of scrimmage. Handoff to Rudy Johnson, and he gets taken down at the line.
Rudy Johnson at 5 yards.
The first hit came from Carlin Thomas
2-yard gain on the play.
out of Fairday, Louisiana, 6'3", 224, and a sophomore.
Stewart at the stop, 2nd and 8.
I think it's obvious Louisiana Tech is going to try to put 7 or 8 guys in that box right there, in between tight end to tight end box, and make Ben Leard throw the ball. They did that last time and sacked Ben Leard, so that is their game plan today on defense.
And Auburn then now goes to a 3-wide set. Leard looking deep for Dede Green, and it's knocked down. Jason Alford makes the stop for Louisiana Tech. Auburn took it deep, and Dede Green couldn't come up with the ball.
That's one right there. Ben Leard's got to lay that up a little bit further. Dede Green had a step on Alford. Take a look at it right here, but he didn't put enough air under it and get enough distance on it. A little bit confused. Looked right first, comes back left, and just underthrows it just enough to let Alford get into it. He's got to leave that outside for him.
Auburn 3rd down and 8. Tigers on 3rd down this season, 36%, and 0 of 1 this afternoon. Leard to throw. Ronnie Daniels with the catch. Now he's got to get the first down, and he does on a nice tackle out to the 41-yard line. The tackle by Michael John Leonard, but that's enough for a first down on a great individual effort from Ronnie Daniels.
Nice catch by Ronnie Daniels. 6'2", 215 pounds right here. Take a look at it, a curl route. Ben Leard has time, and he steps into it, throws it a little bit high. Look at Ronnie Daniels climb the ladder to catch it. Nice grab. He knows where the first down marker is. He's got to get another 3 yards, and just enough to get it.
83 receptions in the career of Ronnie Daniels, now over 1,380 yards. Here's the inside handoff to Evans, and Evans is taken down at the line of scrimmage by the middle linebacker, Jerome Wallace.
Good play by Wallace right there. That was a one-on-one against 250-pound Heath Evans, and he brought him down for no gain. That's a running back that's averaging 5 yards a carry.
Auburn has to go to its backup right guard, Monrico Crittenden, replacing the injured Mike Pasillo, who hobbled off the field. The handoff to Rudy Johnson. Johnson breaks 1 tackle. Gets out to the 48-yard line on the carry. A host of tacklers there. Michael Jai Leonard, Bobby Gray, and Jerome Wallace combined on the stop.
Well, good play by Rudy Johnson for turning a negative into a positive gain. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't look like he was going to have much. Then he busts through the hole for 5 yards.
Likely to be the final play of the first quarter as we get another look.
Well, he's so good at his vision is so tremendous at the line of scrimmage. He can find small holes and gaps.
So after 1 quarter, a bit of a surprise at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It's Louisiana Tech leading Auburn. 14-7 is the score. Louisiana Tech leads Auburn.
Village Interactive Game Area before each Auburn football game. The area is 4 hours. Saturday and features interactive games for fans of all ages. Visit the Tiger Tailgate Show and test your skills on one.
I don't think Tommy Tuberville thought that his team would be trailing heading out of the first quarter.
We certainly didn't, but they are going to stick to their game plan. They're going to come out, run the ball, throw it when they have to, and try to get Louisiana Tech, try to slow down that potent offense.
Second quarter starts on 3rd down and 5 for Auburn at its own 47. Leard throws, and it's almost intercepted. The intended receiver was Reggie Worthy. Brian Bradford stepped in front of that pass, and it brings up 4th down in a punting situation for Auburn.
That was just a misread by Ben Leard. He wants the curl route, but he's got Clifton Robinson on the inside right there, but he goes outside, and Brian Bradford does a heads-up play of knocking the ball down, almost intercepted and went for 6. It was nothing but green fields in front of him.
So Duvall will be on to attempt the punt for Auburn as Ben Leard gets some instruction from Noah Mazzoni. After scoring on its first drive, the Tigers have had to punt now 2 straight times, and Duvall launches a rocket. Holy mackerel. 53 yards.
That go across the Atlantic? Man.
Beautiful punt. I'm sure he'd have liked for it to turn over a bit quicker and give Auburn a chance to pin Louisiana Tech deep in the ends, or deep in its own territory, but instead, the Bulldogs will open up 1st and 10 at its own 20. We talked about Auburn's offensive woes, Stan. The Tigers haven't stopped the Bulldogs in this one either.
Well, they certainly haven't, and they've been impressive. As you take a look at Luke McCown right there, their total defense is 17th in the nation. That's the top 20 defense right there, and Luke McCown is having his way, completing 12 of 14, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns against a defense that's been pretty stingy all year, except for last week.
And a week ago, boy, that first half was just a nightmare for the Auburn defense. The Tigers gave up 5 touchdowns in only 19 plays against the Florida Gators.
Well, it was just one of those, you heard the saying, when it rains, it pours. They couldn't do anything right. Even when Florida tried to give Auburn a break, they would fumble. It seemed like the ball would bounce right back into Florida's hands, and that's the way it goes sometimes. They just, Florida got up on top early and just didn't let up.
Timeout on the field, 14:50 to go in the first half. Louisiana Tech leads Auburn 14-7. The Bulldogs scored on both of their drives in the first quarter.
Louisiana Tech will not huddle most of the game. They get the plays from Bignell on the sideline, and they're already ready to go.
From the shotgun, McCown. Flushed from the pocket, throws to Cangelosi, who fumbles the football. The ball is still loose, and it's called an incomplete pass. But Cangelosi has taken a couple of hits already in this one. That would have been close to a first down, but Cangelosi coughed it up.
Boy, he certainly has taken a few big licks. He took one from Dontarius Thomas earlier. McCown has nobody to throw to. He buys time, finds Cangelosi across the middle, and watch this lick right here by Javarius Pounds. Whoa, I tell you what, those are some vicious licks right there.
Yeah, it looked like Rashard Gilliard put his hat on the ball, and then Pounds came in to clean up. There's 2nd and 10. Gilliard's had a couple big hits already this year. Remember opening night?
Oh, man.
McCown, that ball was deflected. His arm was hit by DeMarco McNeil. And Auburn now starting to get a bit of a pass rush, and Stan, that may be one of the huge keys for this Tiger defense.
That's exactly what they need. DeMarco McNeil taking matters into his own hands. He's already got 3 tackles solo on the day. Look at him over the right side right there. Come in and gets just enough on the arm of Luke McCown to make him misfire. But you're talking about a Louisiana Tech team, very impressive, 14 points. Auburn is only giving up 19 a game, so they've been very impressive so far.
3rd and 10, the Bulldogs are 2 of 3 on 3rd down today. McCown throws, and that is picked off by Gilliard. And Gilliard down to the 19-yard line.
What looked like a good pass by McCown going to his leading receiver, James Jordan. And it seemed like it was a good pass across the middle. Take a look at it right here. Luke McCown has all day to throw again. That's something that Auburn has got to work on. He sits in the pocket, a good pocket right there. He lets it go. Good pass right there to James Jordan. Just couldn't hang on to it, but Gilliard's right there to pick it off and go the other way.
First career interception for Rashard Gilliard, and the Tigers set up with great field position at the 19-yard line. Gilliard with a big hit and then an interception on consecutive plays. There's the handoff to Rudy Johnson. Rudy just rumbles inside the 15. Leonard, the free safety on the stop for Louisiana Tech. Rudy for 7 yards down to the 12.
Watch what you can say about Rudy Johnson running the ball. Ugly yards. He gets 7 or 8. Second 3 right here, but he's not going to get those pretty Bo Jackson type runs. He's going to get, or sometimes he may, but he's going to get those ugly yards, 5 and 6 yards a time, getting hit left and right, just bouncing off.
Second and 3 for Auburn. Backs in the eye. Rudy Johnson right up the middle. Rudy Johnson inside the 5. Down to the 4. He goes for 8 yards. First and goal for Auburn. Bobby Gray, the rover, the strong safety on the stop.
What a surge by this offensive line, starting with Ben Nowlin right up front. Mike Pasillo, Colin Sears, Hart McGarry, Kendall Simmons. Those guys have been together for better half of the whole year. Look at this surge right here by that offensive front.
Good to see Mike Pasillo back in there. He was injured momentarily in the first quarter. That's one of the big keys for Auburn this year, is staying away from the injuries. As you look at big Mike Pasillo out of Brandon, Florida. There's first and goal from the 4 for Auburn. Rudy Johnson with the carry. Rudy Johnson with the touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown run from Rudy Johnson. Auburn with an extra point of tying up the game.
Once again, the first person to touch Rudy Johnson was his own teammates congratulating him, shaking his hand. He went untouched for 5 yards across the left tackle. Good job right here by, look at Simmons and McGarry at left guard and left tackle right here, just pinning their guys down, and Rudy Johnson doing the rest.
Tough to make a tackle when you got a 330-pound guy right on top of you, isn't it?
You're exactly right.
Here's Duvall with the extra point attempt. Right through the middle. And with 13:21 to go in the first half, Auburn uses an interception by Rashard Gilliard and then a 4-yard touchdown run by Rudy Johnson to tie the game at 14. Don't forget, College Sports Southeast will replay every Auburn game in its entirety this year. Sundays at noon and Wednesdays at 7. It's the best Auburn football coverage anywhere. And it's only on College Sports Southeast. Call your local cable operator for more information on how you can receive College Sports Southeast. It only took 3 plays and 18 yards for the Tigers to respond. Rashard Gilliard, the call, set it up with the interception, and Tommy Tuberville's Tigers early in the second quarter have tied it up 14 apiece. 13:21 remaining in the second quarter.
Well, what a beautiful day in late October. Roughly 78, 79 degrees, slight breeze. Where else would you rather be?
Beautiful day for homecoming on the Plains. Duvall with the kickoff. High and deep and out of the back of the end zone by David Duvall. His first kickoff only went to the 10. He made sure this was not returnable. And so now Auburn has some momentum as it goes on defense. And Louisiana Tech comes back out after sputtering for the first time offensively. Auburn 4-0 at home this season, 1-2 on the road. As Jordan-Hare Stadium once again becoming a tough place for opponents.
Well, they've got to be happy about their remaining schedule. 3 more home games, or 2 more home games after this one, excuse me, before they go on the road for the big one at the end of the year.
First and 10 at the 20 for Louisiana Tech. Movement on the line, and this may go against Louisiana Tech. Thomas Corley.
Dead ball.
Excuse me, Thomas
Movement
Corley.
on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Well, there haven't been many penalties early on, and that's a welcome change from a week ago. Corey, the right guard, getting the start today as Randy Richard moved over to left guard. And a 5-yard penalty, first and 15 for now the Bulldogs.
Offensive linemen these days are just, man, 330 is just the norm. I mean, if you're below 300, then you're small.
The play action and the rollout. The throw to the sideline. Out of bounds on the play is Alan Stark from Lutcher, Louisiana. Larry Kasher makes the stop. As Stark gets about 7 yards on the play. Second down for the Bulldogs.
7 yards.
Well, you're seeing why Louisiana Tech is a top 20 team in the NCAA in passing offense. Luke McCown having a very impressive day, completing 13 balls already in the first half.
That's all they do, Stan. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs from the 23. Stop of play, a flag down before the play. Thrown on the far side of the field. And this looks like it again will go against Louisiana Tech.
Dead ball. Movement on the offense. 5-yard penalty. He's second down.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. That's Harold Mitchell, the referee today.
Second and 12 at the 18.
So it's second down and 12. McCown with the screen. Simon with some running room ahead, and Simon bangs his way out to the 30, and that will be close to a first down for Louisiana Tech.
Well, that's really like a play action fake when Luke McCown fake pumps it to the left and comes back to John Simon. Take a look, he fake pump left, he goes to John Simon on the screen right here. Now you're seeing the second leading receiver on their team, John Simon, going straight up the middle for 3rd and short now.
And a first down for the Bulldogs. So Louisiana Tech overcomes a pair of 5-yard penalties to get the first down and move the chains with 12:39 remaining in the first half. The Bulldogs and the Tigers tied at 14, and we've yet to see Louisiana Tech work from a huddle offensively today.
Well, I think Auburn is surprised somewhat that Louisiana Tech has come in here and just very easily moved the ball on that defense.
And another flag goes down. This one thrown by the linesman on the near side. Shouldn't have said anything about penalties.
Dead ball. Illegal snap on the offense. A 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Illegal snap. Usually when they call that, the center is he's not really sure when he's going to snap it, so he does a little hit snap before he snaps it.
And Sean Murph, a sophomore from Covington, Louisiana. Let's see if we can see the illegal snap. There was a little bit of movement before he snapped the ball. 1st and 15. McCown to throw with pressure. McCown in trouble. DeMarco McNeil on the stop for Auburn. The original pressure, I believe, came from Rashad Walker on a safety blitz.
Well, they brought Rashad Walker on the bottom half, and they brought Rob Pate on the top half of the screen. You take a look at it right here. DeMarco McNeil is going to come right up the middle with it. Rob Pate's going to come from your top right there. Rashad Walker up front. He makes him step up, and DeMarco McNeil's right there for the sack.
Yeah, Pate was actually the first one to get there for Auburn. The Tigers really sold out to the blitz that time, and it pays off for a loss back to the 18-yard line. For Auburn, his 15th sack of the year. McCown to throw to the sideline, complete. Delwyn Day with the catch. Kasher on the stop. 13 yards on the gain. It will bring up 3rd down and 10 for Louisiana Tech.
It was a good gain right there and a good read by Luke McCown. Larry Kasher, being second long, is going to give Delwyn Daig anything underneath, but he gave him a good 13-yard out. Now it's third and long, but this is a makeable 3rd and 10 for that LA Tech offense.
Jack Bicknell, who played against Auburn as a center at Boston College, now coaching against the Tigers. 3rd and 10. The Bulldogs are 3 of 5 today on 3rd down. The throw for Daig incomplete. Daig got tied up with Larry Kasher. And it will force a 4th down in a punting situation for the first time today by Louisiana Tech.
Well, you're starting to hear that crowd get into it. Like you said, the first time Louisiana Tech, with over 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, the first time they've had to punt today.
Dustin Upton will punt it away. He's a freshman from Spring Hill, Texas. Clifton Robinson to receive for Auburn. He stands at the Tiger 31. As Auburn shifts on that line. Are the Tigers going after this one?
For a pair of gloves right now.
Yes, they are. Upton gets it away and hits a nice punt. Robinson shielding the Sun to the 20. Clifton Robinson tries to bounce back, and I think he had more room where he was running. Willie Shepard on the stop. 49 yards on the punt. Clifton Robinson, I think, had more room to run had he gone down the left sideline.
I think he may have a hold.
A hold on Louisiana Tech. So will Auburn make them punt it again? Clifton Robinson wants them to.
I think they're gonna take it. They are gonna take it.
Well, Upton is only averaging 36 yards per punt, so that 49-yarder, a little bit out of the norm for the freshman. Well, it's been penalty-plagued second quarter for Jack Bicknell and Louisiana Tech, hasn't it?
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat the down.
That's why you take that penalty right there. It's from the previous spot, so that's going to be about 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be another 10 yards, so it turns into about a 15, 17, or 17-yard penalty. So Auburn stands to get really good field position on this one. Boy, that is very tough. Clifton Robinson is looking right into the sun, and he's having to shade his eyes. I mean, that is incredibly tough for a punt returner, especially with a high kick like Upton had that last time.
I don't know if you could hear, but Tommy Tubber was telling Clifton Robinson, take it up the middle this time. Auburn, I think, may try and block it again. And you see the Tigers shift. Watch Tim Carter from the outside. Short, wobbly kick, and that's Stan White while you take the penalty.
That's exactly right. Look at this right here. That's going to be about a 10-yard punt.
He's just a freshman, and you try and put pressure on youngsters like that. You know he's got to be frustrated after booming that 49-yarder.
Was that a smart move? Auburn is going to stand to gain about 30, I'd say about 35 or 40 yards in field position because of that.
And Auburn now with an opportunity to take the lead as Upton with the very, very short punt, and Auburn has the ball at the Louisiana Tech 31. Rudy Johnson to the outside. Johnson decides to take it outside and just uses his bulk down to the 25. Jason Olford, the boundary cornerback, came up and kind of rode Rudy Johnson out of bounds, a 6-yard gain for Auburn.
Jason Olford is going to lose that battle trying to go high against Rudy Johnson. Rudy Johnson at 230 pounds. Take a look at it right here. Jason Olford is just going to take a ride with Rudy Johnson. Watch the peelback block by Heath Evans. Good job right there, but Olford, you better go low on Rudy Johnson.
Auburn running the ball well today against Louisiana Tech and only giving up 3 yards rushing. 2nd and 3. There's the pitch to Tim Carter, and he's got all kinds of room if he gets a block. He got the block, and Carter inside the 10. Kendall Simmons came out and laid the block on Brian Bradford.
Watch this guy. They've got to get Tim Carter the ball more. They do it right here on a reverse. But look at Kendall Simmons lead blocking, all 320 pounds of him right there. Good pancake block right there. Tim Carter cuts right behind him.
A gain down to the 9. That went for 15 yards for Auburn. Double tight end set for the Tigers. Rudy Johnson to run it. And Rudy puts his head down, and he's inside the 5, down to the 4, a 5-yard gain for Rudy. Antonio Crow, the zip linebacker, on the stop. Remember this, Rudy Johnson needed at the start of today 125 yards to reach 1,000 for the season. Not only will mark Auburn's first time as an individual goes over 1,000 yards since Stephen Davis did it in 95, it's the first time Auburn's team will go over 1,000 yards since 95.
Well, that just goes to show you how important this guy has been to their offense.
Unofficially 80 yards rushing for Rudy today. 2nd and 4, and Ben Leard was going to run out of time, so he called a timeout. 8 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. Auburn is knocking at the door in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 4 when we return to College Sports Southeast. Think you're a Southeastern Conference fanatic? Go to the collegesportscentral.com to test your SEC knowledge with a brain stumper trivia question. Submit a correct answer for a chance to win a College Sports Southeast t-shirt. collegesportscentral.com is your source for college sports news and information and brain stumper trivia. Let me tell you what, that t-shirt's a hot item. We don't even have one of those.
Huh. That's brain stumper. Could you do a brain stumper, Andy?
By the way, I read that promo. I think you answered the question, huh? Ben Leard and Noel Mazzoni. Here's 2nd down and goal from the 4 for Auburn. See a pair of tight ends in there for Auburn, Robert Johnson and Reed Tankersley.
Auburn does that ace formation. It makes the defense balance up on each side, and Ben Leard can just check to which side they want to run the ball to.
2nd and goal from the 4. The handoff, Rudy Johnson. Rudy Johnson in for the touchdown.
Well, once again, the first person to touch Rudy Johnson is number 25, Ronnie Daniels, to give him a high five in the back of the end zone.
We get another look at this. Watch the kickout block by the tight end on that side.
We were talking about that. They put 2 tight ends to balance up that defense. Take a look right here. Reed Tankersley does an excellent job, and Kendall Simmons just piles on his guy, 320 pounds, and just Rudy Johnson just walks into the end zone.
Damon Duvall with the extra point, and the Tigers have regained the lead. 8 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first half, and the Tigers now lead at 21-14. And Stan, Auburn has been able to take advantage of a couple of Louisiana Tech mistakes in the 2nd quarter. You get another look at the touchdown run by Rudy Johnson. First the interception, and then the short kick by Upton, and Rudy untouched. It's not very often that guy's untouched.
I tell you, offensive linemen get graded the next day on their blocking, and they get like an 80 or 90%, but they love to get labeled as a pancake blocker. Chris Samuels at Alabama was one of the best last year at it, and you see he's playing for Washington Redskins now. Kendall Simmons pancaked his guy.
Auburn went 4 plays, 30 yards, taking advantage of the short punt. And there's Rudy Johnson, who has a couple of touchdowns on the day, and he's approaching the 100-yard mark in the first half. Jack Bicknell, whose team was up 14-7 in the blink of an eye. Auburn has come back and hasn't needed to drive very far, but have taken advantage of some mistakes.
Well, we saw a lot of penalties that last drive for Louisiana Tech that really helped out Auburn.
Tommy Tuberville on the sideline. You saw Joe Witt, Don Dunn, a couple of Auburn's defensive coaches. Joe Witt has been on the Plains for a long time now. He's been with Coach Dye, Coach Bout, of course now with Coach Tuberville. One of the mainstays on this campus.
20 years, I think.
Boy, terrific recruiter in the Mobile area for Auburn. The ball's kicked high and deep, and no return by Simon. That's become something we just basically expect from Damon Duvall.
We certainly do. You can take a break and get a Coke when Auburn's kicking off, because he puts, for the most part, he puts them in the end zone. The first kickoff we saw was his shortest one of the year, landed on the 10-yard line, and most of the time kickers like to have it around the 5 or 10.
Well, you saw, Tech ran a reverse off of it. Since then, he hasn't given the opportunity for Tech to run anything.
You know, it could have been one of those things where Auburn Tuberville wants the coverage team to be able to go down and cover. So they may have been a practice thing where he puts it at the 10.
From the 20, 1st and 10 for Louisiana Tech. Handoff, no. The roll out and the throw to the tight end of Newman. Taken down nicely by Rob Pate. Now, Newman is 6'6" and 260. Pate is 6'3" and 199, and Rob Pate took on the big tight end.
Boy, Rob Pate, he is a tough character, though. Senior from Irwin High School in Birmingham, Alabama. Take a look at it right here. I don't think he's afraid of any guy on that field. He's going to go head-to-head with all of them. Good fake right there by McCown, but Newman comes on and Rob Pate's right there. It looked like Newman slipped a little bit, but Pate would have been there for the tackle.
Close to a fumble, wasn't it? There's the flare out to Jordan, and Jordan gets across the 30 and a first down. Jordan isn't an easy wide receiver to bring down. Hood on the first hit for Auburn.
Jordan listed at 232 pounds as a wide receiver. And you see why right there. He broke off about 3 tackles.
Out of bounds at the Louisiana Tech 32-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Inside screen and nothing doing out at the 30. It's going to be a loss. DeMarco McNeil sniffed it out.
Boy, DeMarco McNeil having a game so far today. He is everywhere on the field.
A loss on the play.
Take a look at it right here. It's going to be an underneath screen. Good fake right here by McCown. Try to get the defensive lineman to bite on it. DeMarco McNeil would have no part of it. Good lick right there on James Jordan.
A loss of 1, 2nd and 11. McCown throws it deep. And it's incomplete. Rob Pate had it in his hands and couldn't bring it down. Intended for Alan Stark.
Now, Rob Pate, I know this. He played wide receiver in high school. He's got to come up with that catch. Take a look at it right here. Rob Pate had it read the whole way. McCown wants to go deep. He sees it's a 2-deep coverage. He lays the ball up too much. Look at Rob Pate. He becomes the receiver right here and just can't hold on to it.
He was looking back in the sun and tried to make one of those over-the-shoulder grabs.
Oh, Alan Stark almost came up with it.
He did. Here's 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs. McCown forced out of the pocket. Now looking to throw. He's got Simon for the first down and more. That's a great touch by McCown to John Simon.
And what a heads-up play by Luke McCown. He looked as if he was going to run it, got close to the line of scrimmage, but he saw the defense bearing down on him, and he had John Simon one-on-one with Dontarius Thomas. Take a look right here. He starts to run, gets toward the line of scrimmage, runs backwards. Good presence on the field by Luke McCown, and he hooks up with John Simon.
That's a great play by those two players to the Auburn 43. McCown approaching 200 yards in the first half. Remember, he threw for 353 yards a week ago, and he'll call a timeout.
Boy, this freshman has really grown up a lot. His numbers last week are so impressive, but today, just coming out and like that last play, looked as if he was going to run. He saw it was 3rd and long, didn't have a chance to make it, runs backward to get away from the line of scrimmage and just lays a pretty touch pass over to John Simon.
See McCown talking it over with the co-offensive coordinator, John Spence, who also coaches the quarterbacks. And I guess we shouldn't be totally surprised that McCown is as good as he is early. As a matter of fact, his brother Randy was a quarterback at Texas A&M. Another brother, Josh, a quarterback at SMU. So he's familiar with these type of situations.
It's a football family, to say the least. Well, he has really been impressive. Come in here and put up the numbers he's done, and Auburn, like you said, has not really stopped them on defense yet. They've just stopped themselves.
When play resumes, 1st and 10 for Louisiana Tech at the Auburn 43-yard line.
Take a look at McNown's numbers, 19 for 26, approaching 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And that interception was not his fault. That was a good throw to James Jordan across the middle. It just got tipped up, and Rashard Gilliard was right there to catch it. But he's really had an impressive day so far.
I think they found a quarterback for the future at Louisiana Tech.
I would think they have for at least 3 more years.
Play resumes at the 43 of Auburn. The slip screen to Jordan. Down the sideline. And he's run out of bounds at the Auburn 30-yard line by Tavarius Pounds.
Well, you've seen Auburn. That's been their bread and butter play, that little quick screen to the receiver. But Louisiana Tech is really having a time with it today. They've done that about 5 times today, and all for very good positive yardage.
13 yards on the gain to the Auburn 30.
Boy, Jordan, he is an impressive wide receiver.
Now on a 4-wide set, Louisiana Tech. That's the handoff to Simon, who actually took the snap. Simon gets 2 yards. Alex Lincoln, the middle linebacker for Auburn, makes the stop.
You don't see that very much anymore as a direct snap straight to the running back. It's just like a handoff pretty much, but it's a quicker hitting play. Florida ran it a lot back when I was playing 8 or 10 years ago, but you really don't see it very much anymore.
So what was it, 8 or 10 years ago?
Actually 7 years ago, I guess. Well, 2 years ago if you count, playing in New York.
2nd and 7, McCown straight back. Throws it to Simon on the screen. He's in trouble. Simon will lose a yard or 2. Looked like DeMarco McNeil was there with some help from Javor Mills.
Boy, Simon got sandwiched in between those 2 defensive linemen, and that can't feel very good.
2-yard loss, 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 5 at the 28. Correction, 3rd and 9 at the 28.
Tech takes its time bringing in its receivers.
Tech at over 40% on 3rd down conversions for the year. That's very good. That's what you shoot for. If you can get over 40% on your 3rd down conversions, you're doing a good job on offense.
It's the reverse, and Jordan has lots of room to run. Taken down by Rodney Creighton as Jordan dives to the 15-yard line.
Brought down by number 10, Rodney Creighton.
McNeil coming out with some of his razzle-dazzle. A good play right here on the reverse to Jordan. You see Auburn run this. It's a quick sweep, but no, James Jordan's going to come right back on the reverse. He's got nothing but sailing. Rodney Creighton is the only one there to stop him.
First down to the Auburn 15-yard line for Louisiana Tech, as the Bulldogs try and answer to tie this game up. A fumbled snap. The ball is still loose, and Auburn has it. What a break for the Tigers.
Boy, Louisiana Tech is just digging its own grave. They're moving the ball up and down the field. Penalties was the last drive, and then a turnover this time.
Who has the fumble? How about Alex Lincoln with the fumble recovery for Auburn?
What a heads-up play by the middle linebacker. Take a look at it right here. Snap under center. Can't tell if you ever got the ball, but Alex Lincoln right there to pound on it. You see it right there on the left side of your screen. Heads-up play by Alex Lincoln. Auburn's back in business.
4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first half, as Auburn tries now to lengthen its lead. What looked like Tech might be able to tie it up if not for that fumble. Reed Tankersley in motion. Hand off to Rudy Johnson. Up the sideline, and Johnson run out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Johnson for 4 yards around right end. Jerome Wallace on the stop. 4 yards on the gain. Wallace moved into the starting lineup this season after an injury to Mondale Bates. Leads the team with 2.5 sacks. 11 tackles, a career high at Tulsa, and had 8 tackles. 67-7 loss to Penn State. Beard steps up and throws. Heath Evans got it. Nice spin move for a first down, and Evans gets the ball to the 34-yard line.
Boy, for a big guy in Heath Evans, 250 pounds, big bruising fullback, he really does have good hands out of the backfield. He has soft touch. He's got a good spin move right there for the first down. But what hands on this guy?
Nice little pirouette right there to go with his delicate hands. At the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for Auburn. Clock rolling, under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Little flip out, Ronnie Daniels. Daniels up the sideline. He's taken out of bounds by Willie Shepard.
I think Ronnie Daniels was expecting you see an injured LA Tech player. Ronnie Daniels was expecting someone to be right on him, Willie Shepard to be on him right away, and he had about a 4-yard cushion. He could have made another cut on him.
It's Clint Ellsworth, the injured player for Louisiana Tech. Looks like he's going to be okay. A 9-yard gain for Ronnie Daniels. Daniels now with 28 catches on the season. Looks like Ellsworth is all right. Second down and very short. We'll Auburn try and bust one deep. On second down and short.
I think they will.
Here comes the blitz. They'll give it to Rudy.
Could be wrong.
Rudy Johnson has the first down to the 40. Tech was blitzing. Auburn ran it right up the middle. First down for the Tigers at the 41-yard line.
Auburn would certainly love to run this clock. It's 3:41 left in the half. They would love to score a touchdown with about 3 seconds left on the clock.
From the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers, approaching the 3.5-minute mark of the first half. The Tigers lead 21-14. Leard on the rollout. Looking, throwing. D.D. Green has it up the sideline. Green run out of bounds at the 45. Stops the clock with 3:15 to go in the first half. Bradford from Vidalia, Louisiana on the stop.
We're seeing D.D. Green in there for his first catch of the day. Had his biggest game as an Auburn Tiger last week. 5 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown versus Florida. Ben Leard rolls out to the right, throwing it on the run. Good throw right there by Ben Leard and D.D. Green.
14 yards on the gain. Leard to Green, and a first down for the Tigers inside Louisiana Tech territory. Johnson behind the line, and he's in some trouble. He is able to scamper back to the line of scrimmage. Brian Bradford on the initial hit, and Carlin Thomas slow to get up for Louisiana Tech.
What an individual effort by Rudy Johnson just to get back to where it was about a half-yard loss. He got hit initially right as he got the ball by 2 or 3 guys, and he fought and scrapped his way back to the original line of scrimmage. What an individual effort to pick up no gain.
Second down for the Tigers. Out of the shotgun, Leard. With time, he throws, and it is intercepted. Intended for Reggie Worthy. Bobby Gray with the pick.
Ben Leard has to have a little bit more touch on it. Bobby Gray does a good job of getting in the line of fire right underneath the curl route. Ben Leard thinks that he throws it high enough. He's got a curl, but he wants Reggie Worthy out on the outside on a curl route. Doesn't put enough air under it. Bobby Gray climbs the ladder to get it, and a good catch, a good interception for Louisiana Tech.
2 years ago, Gray had then a career-high day, 12 tackles, 10 solo against Auburn, in a homecoming win for the Tigers. He comes up big, 3rd interception of the year by Ben Leard, and now Louisiana Tech has the ball near midfield with 2:32 to go in the first half. Would have been an interception for Auburn, but it's going to be. Well, we saw that work to Auburn's favor last week down in Florida. This time it goes the other way, because if that play is run, Rashad Walker has a touchdown.
What a break for Luke McNown. Someone's watching over him to get that delay of game right there, because it was right to Rashad Walker.
First and 15. McCown to throw, complete to Jordan. Jordan taken down by the scruff of the jersey by Alex Lincoln. As Louisiana Tech gets 5, maybe 6 on the play to the 39.
Second and 10 at the 39.
Second down for the Bulldogs. Clock rolls down near the 2-minute mark.
Well, Jordan has been their go-to guy today. He's got 7 receptions for close to 50 yards. He is their main receiver that they like to throw to.
across the middle, complete to Jordan. Jordan has the first down to the 41-yard line. Stanford Simmons, the initial hit. Courtney Rose, the secondary hit. First down for Louisiana Tech.
Courtney Rose is the one guarding him off the line. Luke McNown does a good job of leading James Jordan right in the middle of your screen right there. Good catch right there by James Jordan before Stanford Simmons and Courtney Rose can come in and mop it up.
To the Auburn 41, still plenty of time for Louisiana Tech. A minute 35 to go in the half. Jordan's going to throw deep. And it's incomplete. Intended receiver was Alan Stark, and a flag is down, and this is going to be holding against Louisiana Tech.
Well, it certainly is. Good job by Larry Casher sniffing that out. We saw it one time earlier in the Wyoming game. Wyoming scored a touchdown like that on number 24, Larry Casher. Didn't let it happen for a second time, but you're going to have a holding on Rashad Walker, and that's a big play for Auburn right there because that's going to go from the line, from the spot of the foul.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat the down.
The reason Auburn takes this penalty, obviously, is because it moves Louisiana Tech further and now less time to try and get it into the end zone.
James Jordan, he showed what kind of arm he had on that one. That was very well covered by Larry Casher, but he threw that ball about 50 yards almost on the run on his back foot.
Certainly looked like Auburn was ready for it, didn't it?
It certainly did.
Now 1st and 20 from the Tech 49. McCown throws the screen pass. Oh, what a play. What a play by Roderick Hood. He fought off the tackle of Randy Richard and then made the stop on Simon.
Good play right here. That defensive line getting the pressure by Javor Mills right there, but Roderick Hood, John Simon brings it down. Hood's right there. Great play. Good sniff job by Roderick Hood. Sniffed that one out right out from under La Tech.
Under 1 minute remaining in the first half. Auburn holding on to a touchdown lead. 2nd and 21. And movement. Damian Laverne, the right tackle, moved. Looks like this will go against the Bulldogs. You see that whack emblem
Dead
first.
ball. Movement on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
You see that whack emblem on their shoulder pad. Louisiana Tech in its first year in the Western Athletic Conference. You talk about a travel league. Holy mackerel.
The whack. Vern's a pretty hefty fella, 6'6", 365.
What gave that away? 2nd and 26. McCown flushed out. He's in trouble. Reggie Torber's got him, and down he goes.
Now, this is where Auburn may want to think about calling a timeout. Even though LA Tech has the ball in good field position, it's 3rd and long.
And Auburn will call a timeout with 28 seconds remaining.
Auburn, that's the second.
28 seconds to go in the first half. Auburn trying to get the ball back as we approach halftime. Auburn up 21-14 as Reggie Torbor runs down Luke McCown. Basketball team opens its exhibition season Wednesday, November 1st at 7 against the Global Sports All-Stars. The Auburn women's basketball team opens their exhibition season November 3rd, a Friday at 7 p.m. against Premier Players. For ticket information, call 1-800-AUB-1957. 28 seconds remaining in the first half. 3rd and 26 for the Bulldogs at their own 43. Auburn with 1 timeout remaining. The inside handoff to Simon. Simon drilled at midfield by Rob Pate, who has been rather active, and Auburn will use its final timeout with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I don't know if you got to see the game the other night with Tampa Bay, but he reminds me a lot of John Lynch. John Lynch put a couple of licks on some guys. Look at Rob Pate just come right up there and just put his head right in John Simon's chin.
Nice to meet you, John, says Rob Pate. Auburn burned its final timeout, 20 seconds to go. And the ball will be snapped at midfield, Stan. You got to wonder if Auburn may try and go after this punt.
I would think they would, because in all likelihood, it's going to be down. It may be a fair catch. I wouldn't be surprised. They are going to put Clifton Robinson deep, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were to just go ahead and put 10 or even 11 guys up on the line and try to go for it.
You watch the two corners, the two sides. Travaris Robinson on one side and Tim Carter on another. Carter is set up to bump the receiver going down the field. I wonder if Carter might peel off and take off after the punter here.
They did that against Mississippi State this year, and it was successful. It doesn't look like they're going to. They would bring a guy off the line to cover Carter's place. He's on the gunner, but it doesn't look like he's going to come after it. He is going to come after it.
Yeah,
he is.
They are going to go after it now. Watch out. High snap. And he got it away. And a nice punt at that. Clifton Robinson from the 14-yard line. A nice cutback move up to the 29-yard line. 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Well, Auburn gave it a shot of going after the punt. Didn't get there. Leonard with the stop for Louisiana Tech.
You couldn't tell this, but that snap was in Auburn's favor. It was snapped to the right side where Tim Carter was coming from. So Upton did a good job of getting that ball off.
And now will Auburn just take a knee, or will Auburn take a shot at it here? 11 seconds to go.
I think they'll give it one shot maybe with Ronnie Daniels or Tim Carter.
Double tight end set for Auburn. The receivers are Ronnie Daniels and Tim Carter, and Rudy Johnson, the tailback.
First and 10.
Leard on the pump. Going deep for Carter. And it is overthrown, and it will give Auburn another chance. 6 seconds, make that 5 to go in the first half.
Now I would think that they would probably just run Rudy Johnson.
There's Big Rudy. And at the pace that he's setting already, he's going to go over 1,000 yards for the season this afternoon.
He's edging up toward 100 yards already in the first half with 92 yards.
Two head coaches, Jack Bicknell, you see now. You saw Tommy Tuberville with Noel Mazzoni. 5 seconds to go in the half. Rudy Johnson will get the carry. Rudy Johnson busts it outside. Rudy Johnson out of bounds, and that is the end of the first half. A 9-yard gain. Johnson goes over 100 unofficially in the first half.
14.
So at halftime at Jordan-Hare Stadium on homecoming at Auburn. Tigers up 21-14 in the first half, in which Tech was able to move the ball with regularity early. Louisiana Tech made some mistakes late. Auburn was able to take advantage of the Tigers' lead at the half by a score of 21-14. College Sports Southeast.
Celebrate Gem 5's 20th anniversary at Auburn with a brand new video. 20 years of great calls.
Bye-bye, Bo! Touchdown, Auburn!
Featuring exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, interviews, and, of course, Gem's greatest calls.
Oh, he caught it at the 2, and he dived in! Touchdown, Auburn! Touchdown, Auburn!
To order the video and companion CD, call 1-800-208-2112 or order online at www.aunetwork.com.
Auburn on top 21-14, about to begin the second half at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Tigers coach Tommy Tuberville probably pleased with some things, not all. You look at the Louisiana Tech sideline as well. Damon Duvall has put 2 of his kickoffs out of the back of the end zone. This one is returnable. And again, this time it's the fake reverse. John Simon with the carry, and a flag goes down, a late flag as Simon gets to the 26-yard line. And this, again, I think will go against Louisiana Tech. Auburn, penalty-wise, in the first half was perfect. No penalties, and certainly penalties hurt Louisiana Tech, and this one will as well.
Holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, it was going to be a good return out to the 26-yard line by Simon, but that's really going to hurt Louisiana Tech and back them up for their first series.
A reminder, this game is being brought to you by your Alabama Shell dealer. You can count on Shell. And Health South, the healthcare company of the 21st century. Penalty knocks Louisiana Tech back to the 10. McCown on the roll. Looking upfield, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Rashad Walker. Auburn's second pick of the day. And Auburn with great field position in the second half.
Look at 5'9", 195-pound Rashad Walker climb the ladder right here. Luke McCown throwing over top. Rashad Walker uses every bit of his frame to go up, and Auburn is in business on La Tech's 20-yard line.
14:41 to go in the third quarter. The pick by Rashad Walker. And Auburn has 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. The pitch to Rudy Johnson. To the outside. Great seal block by the tight end on that side, Lorenzo Diamond. And Rudy Johnson gets 8 yards off the right side.
Who says this guy doesn't have enough speed to get outside? This is a sweep, and this is a pure speed play for a running back. He has deceptive speed at 225 pounds, 230 pounds, 5'10". You wouldn't think he would have that enough speed to get outside, but you look at the gain, it's 2nd and 2.
So Rashard Gilliard's 2 interceptions on the day. His first 2 as a Tiger. The first set up a touchdown. We'll see if Auburn can punch this in. 2nd down and 2. Inside handoff to Heath Evans, and the fullback rumbles inside the 10 to the 8 and the first down. Clint Ellsworth makes the tackle. Heath Evans with the carry, and the Tigers get 1st and goal inside the 10.
They talk about a lot of running backs being tackle-to-tackle runners. Heath Evans, he's a guard-to-guard runner. he's like, I guess he's like John Riggins, just running right up the middle, rumbling and stumbling up the middle.
A pro set with a tight end on the left side for Auburn. 1st and goal from the 8. The pitch, no, it's a handoff to Evans. He bounces outside. Evans has got decent speed, and he gets down to the 5. A 3-yard gain. Bobby Gray, the roverback, makes the stop. But Evans showed some pretty good individual effort there as he was stacked up at the line.
I think he took what I said personally. He's more than a guard-to-guard runner. He showed his speed getting on the outside. One thing about Heath Evans we all forget about, he played a lot of tailback last year. Look at it outside, nothing up the middle, bounces outside for a positive gain.
Used a stiff arm on the Sam linebacker, Brian Bradford.
Good camera angle right there.
Nice job, guys. 2nd down and 5. 2nd and goal for Auburn. The bootleg by Ben Lear. Looking for time, and he throws the ball away. There was nothing there in defense of Ben Lear that time.
There was nothing there, but if he could have bought another half a second, he had Ronnie Daniels, who somewhat improvised his route, saw that it wasn't going to be open on the outside, turned inside and had him wide open in the back of the end zone, but he was getting a lot of pressure.
So it brings up 3rd and goal from the 5 for Auburn. The Tigers will go with a 3-wide receiver set. Make that a 4-wide set for Auburn. And Heath Evans, the lone tailback. Cleared from the shotgun. Looking and throwing. Worthy can't hang on.
When Ronnie Daniels is jumping up with his hands holding high, he had a drag route underneath and came wide open late. Ben Leard would have had to buy time for him, but he came open on the drag route underneath.
So Auburn will have to settle for the field goal attempt We say attempt because we've seen the Tigers fake this deep in opponent's territory. 22-yard attempt for Damon Duvall. 5 of 9 on the season. He is now 6 of 10.
It's good.
So Auburn takes advantage of the second interception by Richard Gilliard on the day. 22-yard field goal by Damon Duvall. 13:48 to go in the third. Auburn on top of Tech, 24-14. The new videotape celebrating Jim Fife's 20th year as voice of the Tigers is ready to ship to your door. Some of the greatest moments of the last 20 years as called by Jim Fife are contained on the tape, which is a must for your Auburn collection. Call 1-800-208-2112 or log on to the Auburn Network website, www.aunetwork.com, to purchase your copy. Scoring drive for the Tigers. Set up by Richard Gilliard's interception, 6 plays, 16 yards. Let me make one correction. Gilliard with 1 interception on the day. The first interception came from, Gilliard had the first interception. I'll get this right. Rashad Walker. Stan, why don't you just take it?
Rashad Gilliard had the interception that tipped off of James Jordan's hands, and then Rashad Walker climbed the ladder over that last one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
They're very similar names. Hey, it was a pick.
Yes, it was.
It was a pick.
Duvall with the kickoff. From the goal line. And out to the 18-yard line. Simon with the grab. Brandon Johnson, a backup fullback for Auburn, makes the stop. 1st and 10 from the 19 for Louisiana Tech.
If Duvall can't get it in the end zone, that's exactly where Auburn would want the returner catching it, because he caught it right on the goal line, but the height he got on that kick, Auburn's guys were down about the 25-yard line when he was catching it, maybe the 30, in between the 25 and 30.
So 1st and 10 from the 19 for Tech. The inside handoff to Simon. Got a good block on DeMarco McNeil, and Simon puts his head down for 8 yards. Larry Kasher made the stop. Watch the seal block here on DeMarco McNeil if we get a replay.
They picked up 8 yards.
Take a look at it right here. I think we're going to get a ground angle. Good fake right there by McCown. Sealed it right there just enough. That looks like it's number 77, Tom Curry.
2nd and 2. McCown throws, and it is caught. It is caught by Jordan. How in the world Rashad Walker didn't come up with that one? Auburn, Stan, knew what was coming.
They certainly did. Rashad Walker did a good job of snipping that play out, and he almost got his second pick of the day. Take a look at it. The quick screen, Rashad Walker is right there. Jordan does a good job of just hanging on to it and trying to get any kind of yardage out of it, but Rashad Walker almost went for 7 again. You remember, Rashad Walker had an interception earlier on a slant or a hitch route that was called delay of game. He would have went for 6 right there.
Credit Alex Lincoln with the stop there on Jordan.
Well, Rashad Walker, he is just, he's all over the field today.
There's no timeout.
Thank you. 12:26 remaining in the third. Here's a 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Auburn up by 10 in the third quarter. The throw to Jordan. Pate has him, and Jordan may have the first down. Jordan and that receiver on that side twisted routes, and Pate had to run down Jordan from behind.
It was almost a pick play by the second receiver out. McCown just takes it. Jordan does a simple flat route. Rob Pate's there for the tackle, but just enough to get the first down. LA Tech's offense and Auburn's are not all that different in that they rely on the short passing game, the drag routes. They don't throw the ball deep a lot and pressure the seams, but they just do it more.
From the 29, 1st and 10, McCown to throw. high ball, and Jordan gets in some trouble, and he is finally taken down at the 31. Lincoln with the first hit on James Jordan. Rashad Walker came in to help out. It's only a gain of 1 or 2 on the play.
Rashad Walker's coming out. He's taking a break. He almost had a kill shot on Jordan on that one. But as I was saying, Auburn's offense and LA Tech's is really not all that different. LA Tech just throws it about every down. They don't have as balanced of an offense as Auburn, but their passing game is a lot like Auburn's.
From the 31, McCown flushed out of the pocket, looking to throw, and he does, and it's complete. How did he get that ball to the 40-yard line to Sean Cangelosi? Tavarius Pounds on the stop. Looked like McCown was throwing into some traffic, but he got the ball to his receiver.
Boy, McCown, you wouldn't think he was a senior in high school last year. He's a freshman. Look at the poise, and the guy avoids the rush, telling guys where to go. He got a little lucky there, squeezing it in, but this guy looks like a seasoned veteran out there.
From the 41, 1st and 10 for Louisiana Tech. This has not been the route that many Auburn fans were hoping for. Torbor offside, so free play for Louisiana Tech. The throw to Fahim Ali. Hood made the stop for Auburn. This will likely be the first penalty charged against Auburn this afternoon. If Louisiana Tech takes it. Probably they will.
There's about a 7-yard gain on the pass, but if they take the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Right.
Defense in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Reggie Torbor trying to anticipate the snap count. Just the first penalty against Auburn this afternoon.
Well, if there is one positive on today, it's really been that this is their first penalty. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. They've been penalized quite a bit this season. Last week, both teams were penalized quite a bit, Florida and Auburn.
So 1st and 5 from the 46. There's the throw to the sideline. The pass is complete to Delwyn Daig. Casher and Pounds combined to bring down Daig. First down for Louisiana Tech. John Simon, I believe, is the injured Louisiana Tech player. No, excuse me, it's Daig who made the catch.
Looks like Delwyn Daig got sandwiched in between Tavarius Pounds and Larry Casher. Just a quick 3-step drop. That's that patented LA Tech offense, the quick drops. He gets hit in the back by Pounds and in the front by Casher. It looks like he may have just got the wind knocked out of him.
He's out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Several players on this Louisiana Tech roster from Baton Rouge. 5'11", 210. He became the 6th player in Louisiana Tech history to reach 1,000 yards in a season receiving. Let's see if he gets a knee in the gut here.
He's got Casher right there, and then Pounds is going to come in right in the back.
The injured Louisiana Tech player.
Yes, he did. He gets the left knee of Larry Casher in the gut.
That's going to hurt a little bit.
And play resumes. Tech will have it 1st and 10 at the Auburn 42.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Auburn 42.
McCown throws complete to Jordan. Jordan close to a first down for Louisiana Tech. Roderick Hood on the stop for Auburn.
Boy, Jordan is so impressive. Big receiver, 230 pounds. Watch him right off the line, does it just a simple curl, an out curl is what they call it. And he's right there for another first down for LA Tech.
So Louisiana Tech methodically moving the ball down the field. Auburn Auburn blitzes. McCown throws. The tight end is wide open. Mark Brown brings down David Newman. First down, Louisiana Tech inside the Auburn 20.
That's a good play call right there. John Simon comes in motion. He's going to go. They got two double tight ends in there. You wouldn't think that you would play that kind of formation being a passing team, but John Simon's going to carry Rob Pate, the whip linebacker, out and leave David Newman wide open. Mark Brown has to come from the other side to cover him. But another 15-yard gain for LA Tech, and they're on the move inside the 20.
Jordan in motion. McCown throws. It's incomplete and almost picked off by Rodney Creighton, and it is! And it isn't. They'll call it incomplete.
Uh-oh.
Well, we'll get another look at this one.
We certainly will. Creighton looks like he cradled it underneath. It's hard to tell.
One official, the linesman, called it an interception, but he was quickly overruled.
Take a look at it right here. That's what LA Tech has shot itself in the foot with the turnovers today. Pounds tips the ball, and Creighton comes in. It's hard to tell. It may have hit the ground. It's hard to tell. He's got gray gloves on, and it's hard to tell if his hands got underneath it.
All in all, a good play as Pounds knocked that one away. Second down and 10. McCown throws to the end zone. Touchdown. Fahim Ali on the touchdown grab. 18 yards, and Louisiana Tech within 4 points of the Tigers.
If McCown didn't hit Ali on that one, he had Sean Cangelosi wide open down the middle of the field. No one covering him. Good fake right there by McNown to buy time for the touchdown.
Scobie to attempt the extra point. Third touchdown pass of the day for the freshman McCown, and Scobie makes it a 3-point game. 8:52 remaining in the third. Louisiana Tech within a field goal. That man, Fahim Ali, on the receiving end of an 18-yard touchdown pass from Luke McCown. Don't miss the most in-depth college sports news show on television nightly at 6:30. It's College Sports Central, only on College Sports Southeast. For more information about how you can receive CSSE, call 205-425-6935 or log on to the website, www.collegesportscentral.com. 10 plays, 81 yards, 4:56 the scoring drive. Just before the touchdown, a disputed call. Some thought that Rodney Creighton got the interception. We get another look at it.
Maybe this is going to present a better angle. You see the ball being tipped by Pounds. Creighton right there, number 10 at the bottom left of your screen. Here comes the ball. And it looks like it did hit the ground. Still hard to tell whether he cupped it, but it looks like it may have just nipped the ground.
On the next play, Louisiana Tech scored the touchdown. The Bulldogs within 3. Scobie with the kickoff. This will send Tim Carter 9 yards deep into the end zone. There will be no return of this one. So 1st and 10 for Auburn. The Tigers have some work to do, leading by just 3. With just under 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Well, you're seeing an LA Tech offense, like we said, ranked nationally in the top 20 in passing offense, averaging 27 points a game and nearly 400 yards a game on total offense.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Tech stacks 5 at the line. The pitch to the outside to Rudy Johnson. Out to the corner, and Johnson gets close to 9 yards before he's run out of bounds. As a matter of fact, he'll get 7 before Rudy Johnson goes out of bounds. And we're on the watch for Rudy Johnson. He needed 125 yards to go over 1,000. And he is unofficially 9 yards shy of that mark right now.
Well, the way this game is going, Auburn's going to have to keep pace with that high-scoring LA Tech offense, and they've done a good job so far, up 24-21. but they're just going to have to keep the pressure on.
The blitz is on. They hand off to Rudy Johnson. Bounces it to the outside. Rudy Johnson puts the head down to the 35-yard line.
That should do it.
He went 8 yards. Still may be a bit shy. We'll double check. Michael Boone with the tackle.
For a guy that's 230 pounds, look at the shiftiness right here. Breaks the first tackle, but he keeps his feet moving and his feet driving. He's got great shiftiness.
So first down and 10 for Auburn at the 35-yard line. Rudy Johnson stacked up at the line. Patented Rudy Johnson run near the 40-yard line.
Man, it looked as if Rudy was going to go nowhere. Broke 2 or 3 tackles. He's going to come out and get a well-deserved rest, but he picked up 5 yards after getting initially hit 2 or 3 times at the line of scrimmage. Take a look at it right here. He's going to go nowhere. Looks like it's going to be no gain right there. Keeps his legs moving. Look at the fight in this guy.
And play resumes. Here's Marcel Willis up the sideline for Auburn. And Rudy Johnson becomes the first Auburn tailback since 1995. Stephen Davis has just exploded with the Washington Redskins of late. The last player to rush for over 1,000 yards, and Rudy Johnson over the 1,000-yard mark. Our congratulations to Rudy. The play to Marcel Willis, enough for a first down, a 9-yard gain out to the 49. Rudy Johnson off the block. Rudy Johnson inside the 45-yard line.
Well, I tell you, at the end of that play, Heath Evans put a lick on Bobby Gray he will not forget for a while.
An injured Louisiana Tech player down as we get another look at the run by Rudy Johnson.
Take a look at the pulling guard, Kendall Simmons right there. Number 75, Hart McGarry. Look at this run right here. Good shiftness. Watch Heath Evans right here on Bobby Gray. Don't stand around at the pile.
Oh,
wasn't a tremendous lick, but just one of those, hey, I'm right here. I'm going to put you down.
And announcing to the crowd right now that Rudy's gone over 1,000 yards. And you know, Rudy going over 1,000-yard stand is not only a compliment to him, but that Auburn offensive line.
Well, it certainly is. For the most part, we've had no injuries on that offensive line. Ben Nowlin, Hart McGarry, Kendall Simmons, Mike Pasillo, Colin Sears with help from Cole Kubelik. Monrico Crittenden's getting some playing time. Jeremy Tungett started for the first time last week.
Tim Castro started today.
Tim Castro, they've really done a tremendous job up front, and that's a credit to them as much as it is Rudy.
The injured player is Michael Boone. Boone got run over by Kendall Simmons on that play. And Boone is still a little bit wobbly.
Well, he looks like his head's a little groggy or something. He's not limping like it's a knee or anything. Looks like he's a little groggy.
And I wonder if he caught a knee to the back of the head similar to Larry Kasher earlier this year, Stan.
Well, that was a scary moment with Kasher. Fortunately, negative on any kind of permanent injury or permanent damage, but it's good to see Boone walking off.
Brings up second down and 1 for the Tigers. Auburn leads by 3. Rudy Johnson again with the first down. Inside the 40, and he gets twisted down to the ground to the 38 by Bobby Gray.
One thing about Rudy Johnson, he is always falling forward. I don't think I've seen the guy one time this year get pushed backwards, even on a no-gain play. He just always got his weight going forward.
We'll get another look eventually at who may have gotten a knee to the back here. Boone getting a knee. See it right there. Play resumes with Auburn at the 38. Tim Carter on the sweep, and a flag goes down. This will go against Auburn, I believe.
On the second penalty.
Movement on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Well, you hate to see that on a sweep to Tim Carter, don't you?
You certainly do. It's a wasted play. It's the first penalty on the offense today for Auburn, the second penalty overall. So they've really corrected a lot of problems they've had with the penalty situation.
Attendance on homecoming at Jordan-Hare Stadium this afternoon, 82,140 orange-clad Tiger fans.
Well, you're seeing more and more orange out there. The first week you saw a lot, but I think today I've seen as much orange as I've seen all year.
1st and 15 for Auburn, so Laird goes from the shotgun. Quick flip, Marcel Willis. With some help up front from Clifton Robinson, Willis gets to the 37. Jason Alford, transfer from Kilgore Junior College, originally from Lufkin, Texas, on the stop.
Well, those are good first down plays, especially when you got a 5-yard penalty. It was 1st and 15. You know, it's a 7-yard pickup now. It's 2nd and 8. But it's a good, safe play. Gets Ben Lear to completion, which is always fun for the quarterback to have a high completion percentage.
Auburn has relied on its running game this afternoon primarily. The Tigers with 164 yards rushing. Tech shows the blitz. Leard with the flip out to Heath Evans. And Evans fights off one tackle, but struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jerome Wallace led the charge. And it will bring up an interesting call here. 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers.
Well, it certainly will. You got to expect Auburn to pass it right here. It's a big play for both Auburn's offense and Louisiana Tech's defense. With LA Tech being able to move the ball like they have pretty much at ease against Auburn's defense, you got to expect Auburn to they need to make this to keep that drive going and keep McNown off the field.
Three wide receivers, no tight ends for Auburn. Leard with time. He throws. D.D. Green got it. And he's still on his feet and fighting his way down to the 17-yard line.
Boy,
Michael John Leonard made the stop.
D.D. Green is showing so much promise. Only a freshman, 6'2", 210 pounds. Had his best day as an Auburn Tiger last week against Florida. Picking right back up on the corner route. Good throw by Ben Leard and a good grab by D.D. Green.
21 yards on the Leard to D.D. Green pass.
Take a look at it from the ground level right here. Corner route by Ben Leard, lays it on the side. Good concentration by Green.
Leard, pump fake, throws. Nice catch by Marcel Willis at the 12. Alford on the stop.
Good play by Ben Leard. Bobby Gray did a good job of reading that. A quick 3-step drop by Ben Leard, but Ben put it only where Marcel Willis could catch it on his left side, or on the opposite side of Bobby Gray even.
2nd down and 4 for the Tigers at the Louisiana Tech 11. McIntyre in motion. Hand off to Rudy Johnson. Auburn needed 4 yards for the first down. Rudy probably got 3. It will bring up 3rd down and short for Auburn. The Tigers need about a yard.
I would think that you're going to see number 32 run the ball right here.
Either that or you'll see number 14 run the quarterback keeper.
You're exactly right. It depends on how far back it is, but you could be right.
Leard under center. Leard, quarterback keeper, first down to the 5. Auburn got 3 yards on a quarterback keeper. He decided to go behind the left guard, Hart McGarry, and with good results.
Good concentration right here. Ben Leard was patient. He bought his time and went by, like you said, the left guard, Hart McGarry, as opposed to following up Ben Nowler.
1st and goal for Auburn at the 5. Last time Auburn got into the red zone, had to settle for a field goal. You know, the Tigers would like to punch this one in.
I'm going to call Rudy Johnson off the left tackle of Kendall Simmons for the 3rd time.
Double tight end set. Rudy Johnson, left tackle. Rudy Johnson scores a touchdown. Nice call, Stanway.
Sometimes you get lucky. It happened twice before. Rudy Johnson went in untouched from the 5-yard line, right over Kendall Simmons. They come back with it for a third time, right over Kendall Simmons and Hart McGarry over left guard. Take a look at it. Look at the surge right there. Good job of Pasillo coming off to the linebacker, number 42, Brian Bradford, and Rudy Johnson does the rest.
Mike Pasillo blocked a couple guys on that play. Here's the point after by Duvall. He is perfect for his Auburn career. And the Tigers regain a 10-point lead with 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Rudy Johnson on the 5-yard carry, and the Tigers go back up by 10. The new Auburn Network store catalog is now available. The Auburn Network store has that special Auburn souvenir you've been needing. T-shirts, autographed footballs, and basketballs. And the new Gym 5 20th anniversary video and CD. Call the Auburn Network store at 1-800-208-2112 or visit the website, www.aunetwork.com. 13 plays, 80 yards, 5 minutes and 9 seconds. A lot of that, Mr. Rudy Johnson, number 32. Who has 3 touchdowns on the day.
The task now for Auburn is to try to stop this potent LA Tech offense in McNown.
Duvall with the kickoff. High and deep into the end zone. Fahim Ali will not bring it out. Rudy Johnson, by the way, with those 3 touchdowns, that matches his career best in the season opener against Wyoming. 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining. As you take a look at Rudy Johnson, and on the day, 27 carries, 149 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That is a pretty impressive day so far, and one more quarter to go. Usually Rudy Johnson, we were talking about in pregame, Rudy Johnson gets most of his yards in the fourth quarter when the defense is getting worn down a little bit.
McCown will throw. I know we've said that a lot today. Jordan, oh, what a hit by Tavarius Pounds. Oh, dear.
Woo, man.
James Jordan had no idea that Tavarius Pounds was about to put a lick on him.
If James Jordan wasn't as big as he is, if he was a normal size of a normal wide receiver, he'd be getting carted off right now. Take a look at this right here. Tavarius Pounds, eyes in Jordan, and just stick. Another look right there. Ouch. That's got to hurt.
That's called a loss of momentum. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8. McCown flips out to the tailback and taken down at the 21-yard line. No gain on the play. Corey Addison. First time we've seen Addison today. With Smith, Josh Weldon applying the pressure. Actually, not Addison. Arthur Jefferson. Still the first time we've seen him today.
All 5. He's a smaller running back, 5'7", 194 pounds, sophomore from Mesquite, Texas.
Third down, crowd finally gets into it. Third downs today, Tech at 60%. McCown in trouble. Rolling, throwing. Cangelosi's got it for a first down and more. Cangelosi to the 45-yard line and a first down.
McCown made that play right there. He bought time. He was flushed out of the pocket. He found Cangelosi going across the middle. That's a good matchup against Rob Pate, the whip safety. But look at McCown. He makes his play. The pocket breaks down on him. He gets outside and hits Cangelosi right on the run, right of the outstretched hands of Rob Pate, and Cangelosi does the rest.
Dan, that was almost a sidearm pass rolling out to his right. Here's the day for McCown. Not bad, eh?
Not
threw
bad
for
at all.
353 yards last week. Thrown for 322 yards in the first 3 quarters today. There's the handoff to Simon, and Simon stood up near the line. Pounds got there first for Auburn with some help from Courtney Rose.
And 2 of those interceptions are very deceiving. One of them was his fault. He underthrew it, and Rashad Walker made a good play, but the other one was a tip ball from James Jordan. So he has really had a tremendous day against this Auburn pass defense.
2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. Four wide set for Luke McCown. Fakes the inside handoff. Rolling, throwing, incomplete for Cangelosi. Almost intercepted by Roderick Hood.
Well, McCown got a little bit stingy right there. Roderick Hood had perfect coverage underneath number 81, Sean Cangelosi. Look at the fake right here. Spencer Johnson putting pressure on, but Roderick Hood, those are the kind of plays where the coach will say, hey, just eat it and throw it into the ground.
Stan, you mentioned it. The pressure by Spencer Johnson, the key there, as McCown had to throw off balance. Here's 3rd and 8. The Bulldogs are 7 of 11 today on 3rd down. McCown, incomplete, intended for Delwyn Daig. Larry Kasher was defending for Auburn.
That was good coverage right there on Daig from Larry Kasher, but that was one of Luke McCown's only bad throws of the day. A little bit outside, out of reach for Delwyn Daig. Take a look at it right here. He does about a 12-yard out right at the sticks. McCown has time. He steps in and throws it just a little bit too far outside for Daig.
Dustin Upton to punt it away for Louisiana Tech. Clifton Robinson stands and looks into the sun at the Auburn 10. Auburn sets up for the return as Upton punts it away, and it's a beauty. Ooh. Clifton will let this go into the end zone, and that goes 47 yards. Make that 53 yards for Upton, his longest 58 yards, a true freshman.
As we approach, I was going to say as we, the Bulldog having a time down there.
I'm not sure I wanted to see that.
There's another Bulldog, number 32, Rudy Johnson. As we approach the 4th quarter.
Nice segue.
As we approach the 4th quarter, Auburn is going to enjoy this 10-point lead because they have owned the 4th quarter in most of the games this year.
56 seconds to go in the 3rd. 1st and 10 from the 20. Rudy Johnson on the run, fights off one tackle, just dragging people with him. Brandon Avance had a big old handful of Rudy Johnson's jersey and still didn't bring him down.
Take a look at this right here. Number 36, Avance, just hanging on for dear life. And then here comes Brian Bradford to get another grab of it.
2 yards on the gain, 2nd and 8 for Auburn. Avance from Mesquite, Texas, Dallas Christian High School. The pitch to Rudy with some running room. Cuts it upfield. Rudy Johnson in the open field. Rudy Johnson still on his feet. Rudy Johnson may go the distance. Rudy Johnson will. Wow. Wow.
That's all you can say on that play. That is reminiscent of Wyoming in the 4th quarter as the 3rd quarter runs out. On Louisiana Tech, Rudy Johnson is exhausted. Looks like he may have run about 120 yards. Take a look at it right here. Number 32 doing it all. Takes it on the sweep. Good play right there. Good block by Robert Johnson on number 10 right there. And Rudy Johnson does the rest. He switches arms, cuts it back. No, I don't think so. I think I'll take it back this way. Look at the blocking downfield. Ronnie Daniels, Clifton Robinson, and Rudy Johnson does the rest.
My, oh my. 78 yards on the run. Rudy Johnson is over 200 yards on the day. And Auburn at the end of the 3rd quarter goes up by 17 points. 38-21, Auburn leads Louisiana Tech. You're watching Auburn Tiger football on College Sports Southeast. (38-21) Auburn as we approach the 4th quarter. Rudy Johnson gives thanks along with Heath Evans and Chet Williams, Auburn's team chaplain. It only took 2 plays, and it was all Rudy. All 80 yards of it was Rudy.
Well, he should get credit for about 112 on that one. He ran left, he ran right, he cut in and out.
What
Look
a
at
day.
that.
Holy mackerel. 29 carries, 229 yards, and a career high 4 touchdowns. A career day for Rudy Johnson. Duvall's kickoff into the end zone. It'll be brought out by Fahim Ali, and he pays the price at the 13-yard line. Brandon Johnson making a mark on special teams this season, along with Ronaldo Atemi, a backup cornerback on the stop. Folks still buzzing in the stadium on Rudy Johnson's 78-yard touchdown run.
Man.
Son, you deserve a drink of water.
And a towel.
My goodness. From the 13, 1st and 10, this one's not over. Auburn leads by 17, but we've seen how explosive this Louisiana Tech offense can be. The throw to the sideline. Daig with the catch, and a late hit by Tavarius Pounds.
Well, it certainly is. Tavarius Pounds, even if he was just carrying his weight forward, he did hit number 9 Daig out of bounds.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
We'll get another look. How far out of bounds was Daig before Pounds hit him?
He was out of bounds. Take a look right here. He's out of bounds. Pounds, it was really just his momentum, I think. Didn't mean to hit him out of bounds. He just carried him right into it, and it was a good call by the officials.
That's the proper call. And that gives the ball to Louisiana Tech out to the Auburn 33-yard line. Excuse me, to the Tech 33. Play clock down to 5. McCown on the quarterback draw. McCown with positive yardage, taken down by Dontarius Thomas.
Well, they had 5 wideouts in there that time. That's the first time we've seen McCown call his own number. Doing the quarterback draw, only a 3-yard gain. Good job of Auburn sniffing that out. LA Tech wanted to spread the field with 5 wides and bring the linebackers out, but Auburn did a good job of closing in on McCown.
Three-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Got the orange wave started.
McCown to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, throws. It's complete to the 40-yard line to James Jordan. Just a 3-yard gain. Rob Pate on the stop. Well, it's been an active day for Rob, hasn't it?
Well, it certainly has. And James Jordan, for that matter, has 13 catches on the day for 81 yards.
There's a 3rd down and 4 situation for Louisiana Tech. The Bulldogs are 7 of 12 this afternoon. The blitz is on. The flip out, and nothing doing. Nothing doing. Arthur Jefferson taken down by Reggie Torbor. And it's a loss of 5 on the play.
It's thrown by the back judge. Usually that is thrown with there's too many men on the field.
Well, this may be a...
Completed behind the line of scrimmage.
Remember, we learned that last week.
We learned that last week. We certainly did. It was pass interference, and they waved it off. This time, they waved it off before they marked off the yardage. Last week, they marked the yardage, about put the clock into play, and then they realized they had messed up.
Last week, it ended up being a touchdown. This week, it's a 5-yard loss. Upton to punt. Auburn will go after it. Upton punts it away. Clifton Robinson from the 26. And he's taken down at the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt, a 4-yard return. Ulysses Allen, a backup defensive back on the stop for Louisiana Tech.
Well, Clifton has got to be frustrated this year. Hadn't had a big punt return. He's a really good talent back there in the special teams, and you just got to know he's going to break one sooner or later.
Tommy Tuberville goes to his backup tailback. Cassinius Moore checks into the lineup for the Tigers. 13:05 remaining with a timeout on the field. Auburn up by a score of 38-21. Well, Auburn going into the fourth quarter now with a 17-point lead and able to stop Louisiana Tech. As Auburn was bound and determined to run the football today, and they've done that with almost reckless abandon. Remember, this Tech defense giving up 231 yards rushing per game this year. Auburn with 255 through three quarters.
Well, that is their weak spot on defense. When we said before, when your leading tacklers are your strong safety and your free safety, then that bodes problems for the defensive front.
From the 31, 1st and 10 for Auburn. Play fake to Moore. Leard steps up and gets tackled at the 20-yard line. Brandon Avance on the rush. Got to Ben Leard, and the Tigers will lose 11 yards.
Leard goes down today for a second time. It's a good play by Avance. Good pressure in there. Play action pass fake by Ben Leard to the left to Cassinius Moore. Cassinius Moore steps up and makes the block, but Avance is right there. And Ben Leard had no chance on that one.
Not a whole lot of time for Leard even to set to throw, let alone find a receiver and throw. 11-yard loss, excuse me. Back to the 20. The pitch to Cassinius Moore. And Cassinius Moore gets to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. Moses Love on the stop.
How about that name?
That's a great name.
That is, isn't it? Moses Love. Moses Love on the stop.
It's 3rd and 21 for Auburn.
The Love Doctor.
Cole Kublik is checked in at center for the Tigers. Here's Moore on the season. 40 yards rushing. From the shotgun, Ben Leard. Low snap, Leard sets and throws. This is Ronnie Daniels. Ronnie Daniels with the catch, and he gets to the 36-yard line before he's brought down by Jason Alford. And it brings up 4th down and punting for Auburn. That sack on 1st down really killed the Tigers.
Well, it certainly did. An 11-yard loss. It really never could get back. It was a good play, good positive play to Ronnie Daniels, and Ronnie Daniels is limping coming off the field. Hard to say what happened.
He will get help from the Auburn training staff. As you take a look at Ronnie, favoring the right ankle. Duvall with a low snap, gets it away, and did he hit a beauty.
Man.
Cangelosi back, watches that one go into the end zone. 74 yards by Duvall, and that's his career best.
Man, and that, what you got to understand, people, is that did not roll at all.
That was 74 yards
in the air.
10:56 remaining in the fourth. Auburn up 38-21.
Celebrate Gem 5's 20th anniversary at Auburn with a brand new video. 20 years of great calls.
Bye-bye, Bo! Touchdown, Auburn!
Featuring exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, interviews, and, of course, Gem's greatest calls.
Oh, he caught it at the 2, and he dived in! Touchdown, Auburn! Touchdown, Auburn!
To order the video and companion CD, call 1-800-208-2112 or order online at www.aunetwork.com.
Log on to collegesportscentral.com for the daily Health South SEC Injury Report. Continually updated, the Health South SEC Injury Report provides up-to-the-minute and complete injury information about every SEC matchup. Get your college sports news from your source for college sports, collegesportscentral.com. Homecoming at Jordan-Hare Stadium. 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs at the Auburn 37. And the Dogs are going for it. Simon in motion. McCown will throw. Looking, in trouble, throws. It's caught by Simon. He's got the first down to the 13. Casher on the stop. Holy mackerel.
What an improvisation by John Simon and Luke McCown biding his time. It's a flat route by John Simon, was covered. Good job on coverage from Auburn, but McCown kept rolling. Simon turned up the field, turned it in, and McCown found him. What a play by the quarterback and the running back. Good job. Take a look at it right here. He just keeps, there's Simon in your picture. He turns back around, turns it back in, and McCown finds him.
Second time they've done that. They've combined on that same play today, Stan. 1st and 10 from the 12. McCown on a busted play, getting down in the backfield. Looked like McNeil got to him first. I'm not sure if that was a quarterback draw or just a busted play.
It was, I think it was a quarterback draw, but McNeil drove his legs and he was real low, and he just had the offensive lineman just stymied right there and just kind of helped the offensive lineman make the tackle. Freshman from Pritchard, Alabama, has some good years left for him in Auburn.
Boy, you're not kidding. Under 9 minutes now remaining. Auburn by 17 against this high-powered Louisiana Tech offense. Boy, and it's exploded the last 2 weeks. McCown with the timeout. Second timeout for Louisiana Tech gives us an opportunity to look forward now for Auburn, as the Tigers get ready for their final 3 SEC games. 2 of the 3 will be right here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Arkansas next week, then a much-needed week off for this Tiger football program, and then Georgia before the Tigers go to the University of Alabama. And while the 2 losses on the road certainly diminished Auburn's hopes for a trip to Atlanta and the SEC championship game, those hopes are not completely dimmed.
They're certainly not. There's a lot of SEC football to play this year. Alabama today is playing Tennessee. Alabama and Mississippi State are the top 2 in the West. They play each other in Starkville in the next couple of weeks. So there's a lot of SEC games to be played yet. Auburn did not play well the last 2 weeks. Honestly, just went to Starkville, didn't play well offensively. Went to Florida, didn't play well on any side of the ball. But the first goal they wanted to do this year was to have a 6-win season, have a winning season. If things keep going like they are, they're going to accomplish that. They're going to become bowl eligible. Now they're still in the hunt, like you said, for the SEC championship game going to Atlanta.
But first things first, 2nd and 12 from McCown. Looking and throwing, and it is complete. The pass complete to Ali. Rodney Creighton with some pretty good coverage on the sideline. And the gain is maybe 2 or 3 yards at the most.
Very good throw right here by Luke McCown. This is a type of play a veteran quarterback makes, not a freshman in his first year playing. Watch this throw, keeps it outside, a sidearm type throw. Keeps it right outside to where Ali is the only one that can catch it.
There's going to be a flag on the play, it looks like, and it will go against Auburn. While we sort that out, I want to report to you that Auburn senior Scott Pullman on the basketball team sprained his right hip. You heard Coach Ellis talk about that at halftime. He had the he had his hip x-rayed at the House South bus here at Jordan-Hare Stadium today by Dr. James Andrews. During the football game, and the Roswell, Georgia native expected to be out a week with the injury.
Eligible receiver, it's half the distance to the goal, and automatic first down.
Of course, Health South brings a bus to Jordan-Hare Stadium for all the football games with x-ray equipment, all kinds of medical equipment inside the bus.
I've been in that bus a few times.
Really?
It's actually pretty cool in there.
And you weren't just on a tour, were you?
No, it was after, I'll tell you when it was. It was after the Florida game, my senior year. There was crowds still outside the stadium, an hour and a half. And I just went in there and they have a TV in there. I just went in there and watched TV for a while until the crowd thinned out.
1st and goal from the 6. McCown on the fade route, incomplete. Pass intended for James Jordan. Rodney Creighton in his back pocket.
James Jordan has certainly got the size differential over Rodney Creighton at 6'1", 230. Rodney Creighton, 5'8", 185 pounds. But Creighton does a good job of just tying James Jordan up enough to where he can't get to the ball.
Second and goal from the 6 for Louisiana Tech. The throw to the end zone, incomplete, and a flag goes down. And this may be a hold against Auburn.
I think it's going to be again.
And it is a hold against the Tigers.
Take a look at it. McCown wishes he had this throw back. He just had number 89, Major Richmond, wide open in the flat for a touchdown and missed fired. But he's going to get another chance.
We think Rashad Walker may have been the guilty party.
Holding against the defense, half the distance to the goal. It's against an eligible receiver, so it's an automatic first down.
And now we're seeing some penalties go against Auburn.
Tigers were not penalized in the first half. They've been penalized 4 times here in the second.
And 3 of them have been defensive penalties.
First and goal from the 3. Corey Addison. Addison for maybe a yard, and that is all. A host of blue jerseys there for Auburn, led by Tavarius Pounds and Alton Moore.
If I had to guess, I would say LA Tech's going to have to throw the ball to get it in the end zone. Or you could see a quarterback draw.
A gain of 1, second down and goal from the 2. Ronnie Daniels goes off the field on crutches for Auburn. That is a concern. McCown to throw. Touchdown. The pass complete to Delwyn Daig, his second touchdown catch of the day.
Good play right here by Luke McCown. He bought time. Daig got behind. He was on Rodney Creighton, but it was a zone coverage. Rodney Creighton's going to pass him off to Courtney Rose, and Courtney Rose was not in the throwing lane. You see it right there, just in time, right behind Courtney Rose. Good job by Luke McCown.
Scobie on for the extra point. And it is good. 7:15 to go. Louisiana Tech has cut the lead to 10. Now, not only did Ronnie Daniels, just prior to that touchdown, he wasn't the only one going into the Auburn locker room. Rob Pate was walking off under his own power, but Daniels, the sophomore wide receiver, went off on crutches.
Rob Pate has been battling a stomach illness all year and in the end of the offseason this past year. And is just his strength has not been there for the better part of the year.
Scoring drive for Louisiana Tech. 10 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes, 41 seconds.
Now, with 7 minutes, a little over 7 minutes to go in the game, do you think LA Tech would think about kicking an onside here?
Yes.
They haven't really been able to stop Auburn and Rudy Johnson in that running game all day long. They may think about it right here. And Auburn is going to put their hands team in.
Texas 17, Missouri 12. Final score, Notre Dame 42, West Virginia 28. In the fourth quarter,
Well, Jack McNeil Sr., when he was coaching at the Barcelona Dragons in NFL Europe, his offense was very similar. He had John Kitna as the quarterback when I was playing in London, and his offense was very similar. We got up, I remember we were up on them 30-7 at halftime of one of our games. Barcelona won the World Bowl that year. They won the NFL Europe League. We were up 30-7 on them at halftime, and they come back and beat us 37-33. So it's an explosive style offense, short passing game, slant routes, quick outs, and let the receiver catch it and do the rest.
Well, Auburn is certainly looking for the onside kick from Josh Scobie. Instead, he will kick it deep and into the end zone. Jim Carter will take a knee. So Louisiana Tech is putting the onus on its defense to stop Auburn with 7:10 to go in the game. And we'll see Rudy Johnson come back on the field with Ben Leard.
Well, this is what Rudy Johnson has been so good at doing, putting games away in the fourth quarter. He did it against Wyoming. They're up by 10 right now, a little over 7 minutes to go. I think we're going to see a big dosage of Rudy Johnson.
Ben Laird under center. Rudy Johnson on the carry. Bounces outside, gets a block from Heath Evans, and is run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the gain for Rudy Johnson. Stops the clock with 7:05 remaining. Antonio Crow from Cotton Valley, Louisiana, on the stop.
Cotton Valley. Moses Love. I just like saying it, you know.
Yeah, we can tell. 2nd and 5. Johnson again. Nice lateral movement. First down across the 30 to the 32. You know, you look at that big body on Rudy and you don't expect the quick feet, but he's terrific at making moves inside the box, Stan.
And it's little bitty shifts that he has. I mean, you're exactly right. He has great lateral movement for a big guy. His feet are so good, and they're always moving. Right there was 2 guys come free right at the line of scrimmage, and he just sidesteps him and goes for another 6 or 7 yards.
1st and 10 for Auburn at the 33. Johnson approaching 250 yards rushing on the day. Here's Rudy Johnson again. Stood up, now reverses field. He's got some running room if he can break a block or break a tackle. And he's out to the 36-yard line. Clint Ellsworth on the stop. And that was a no-gainer turned into a 5-yarder by Rudy Johnson.
There he is again using his vision. Had nothing on the play side. Good job by the LA Tech defense of just stymieing that hole right there by Rudy Johnson, but he sees, or by the LA Tech defense, excuse me, but Rudy Johnson sees it on the backside, cuts it back up, and uses his speed. He has deceptive speed.
Second and 5 from the 38 for Auburn. Johnson again. Rudy to the 40. 2 yards on the game.
Johnson picks up 2.
3rd down and about 3 for the Tigers.
Well, this is a big play for both LA Tech and Auburn. It'll keep LA Tech from getting the ball back if they can make it. LA Tech has got to stop Auburn here if they're going to have a chance to come back and win this game.
Perhaps a passing situation for Auburn on 3rd and 3, but remember, one of Auburn's top receivers, Ronnie Daniels, in the locker room.
And you have Cassinius Moore, number 22, the backup in at tailback.
Might Auburn throw the ball to him? Well, they'll pitch it to Cassinius. Tries to cut the corner and does, but he went out of bounds.
Well, he certainly did, and it's not going to be a first down.
Yeah, he'll be shy of the first down by about a yard. Moore cut the corner, but then couldn't stop his momentum.
You may see Auburn here, if it's 4th and short enough, you may see them go for it.
Not this time. Tommy Tuberville calls for the punt. And now if you're Louisiana Tech, you want to make sure you don't jump offside.
And Tuberville has not been beyond faking these kind before.
Well, this would be a huge gamble if he did here.
It certainly would.
Looks like Tech may go after this punt from Damon Duvall. A low snap, but he gets it away and hits a high punt. A fair catch called for by Sean Cangelosi at the 18-yard line.
That ball almost got blocked.
Yes, it did. 40 yards on the punt by Duvall, but the best job he did was just get that punt off. Louisiana Tech has used all but one timeout. You figure they're going to have to throw to the boundary some to stop the clock here, Stan.
But with just under 5 minutes left to go, with the way they've been scoring, they've been averaging 2.5, 3-minute drives per touchdown. So they'll leave plenty of time. A couple of minutes left on the clock if they go down and score again.
Auburn leads by 10 with 4:56 remaining. McCown to the sideline to Dagan out of bounds.
What we have to remember here also is that LA Tech has got to score twice. So if they get down, Auburn holds them, they could kick a field goal and then kick the onside. So Auburn does not want to give up a big play. They'll give up the 5-6 yard hitches, but they just don't want to give up the 15 or 20 yard gains.
Auburn with 6 defensive backs, the dime set in there right now. The throw complete. Cangelosi has it, didn't get it out of bounds though. Courtney Rose brought him down at the 31. But it will stop the clock because it's a first down.
This offense though is perfect for a 2-minute drill because they don't huddle anyway. They haven't huddled the whole game. So they're used to being up at the line of scrimmage, calling the plays from the line of scrimmage.
From the 32, 1st and 10. Auburn brings the blitz. McCown flushed out of the pocket, and he's taken down by Courtney Rose.
What an effort by Courtney Rose coming on the safety blitz at the bottom. Take a look at it right here. The senior from Hazelwood, Town Creek, Alabama, just bearing down. Good job right there of McCown, though, of being aware not to lose the ball. Courtney Rose got his arm, but a good job by McCown hanging on to the ball.
Here's 2nd and 11. The clock rolls down under 4 minutes. McCown to Cangelosi. Shy of the first down. He's to the 37-yard line, taken down by Rashad Walker. And the clock will continue to roll down.
The only negative thing about this type of offense that LA Tech is running is short passing game. They really don't spread the field and stretch the seam, so they're not gonna get a big play. Now they have scored quickly today, but it's because they've just thrown outside routes like you were talking about, catching it, getting out of bounds.
3rd and 5. Flag goes down. There was movement. Auburn was showing a safety blitz.
Well, they were going to bring the house on that one.
This should be a penalty against Louisiana Tech. Looked like there was movement.
Dead ball. Movement on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
So instead of 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, it's 3rd and 10.
That's 4-down territory for LA Tech right now.
The pass complete. Jordan's got it. First down. Near midfield. James Jordan with the catch. Stanford Simmons to various pounds on the tackle.
Pounds on the stop.
Boy, Jordan, we talked about in pregame, he's the type of guy that'll go across the middle and get it. Watch this right here. He has taken licks like this all day and held on to the ball. Look at that. When you get hit like that all day long, it's going to hurt the next day.
Courtney Rose with the first pop. From the 48, 1st and 10 for Louisiana Tech. McCown across the middle. Cangelosi can't hang on. And then he took a pop from Stanford Simmons. Cangelosi a little bit slow to get up after taking that hit from Simmons.
We'll take a look at it. Cangelosi's another big one who's taken a lot of licks all day today. McCown let it up just a little too far. And you see Stanford Simmons coming in for the rib shot.
2nd and 10 at the 48.
Clock stops with 2:36 remaining. Blitz is on. McCown throws it away.
That was a miscommunication right there by McCown and the receiver. Say on that play, you didn't get to see it, but Alex Lincoln hurdled a would-be blocker going after McCown. Pretty athletic play right there.
2:32 remaining. 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Dag was on a flag route. And he was nowhere to be found on the pass. Play clock down to 4. McCown avoids trouble. Throws it back across the field, and Pounds can't hang on.
That got tipped by a couple of people, I believe, and Pounds. They've had a couple of chances at interceptions today. Have to get on the jugs machine out on the practice field. McCown does a good job, though, of buying time, getting outside the pocket, avoiding the rush. But he played some dangerous ball, throwing across his body across the field like that.
McCown, 433 yards. That's the second most yards given up by Auburn in the history of the program. McCown steps up and he throws it deep for Sean Cangelosi, who caught the ball. And a flag goes down. Courtney Rose defending.
That has got to be one right there where Courtney Rose has got to look back at the ball. He floated that ball up way too long, and Courtney Rose never got around to look at it.
Flag is going to go. This may go against Cangelosi, and it does.
Oh, it does. That is a huge break for Auburn right there. But it doesn't take away from the fact that Courtney Rose has got to be able to get his head around. He gets lost back there. They bring the blitz by Pounds right up the middle right there. You see it. Luke McCown just lays it up for grabs, throws a Hail Mary, and you're not going to see it by this angle, but Courtney Rose is still looking at Cangelosi, never looks back up at the ball. Fortunate break for Auburn.
Certainly is. .2:16 remaining. Louisiana Tech may be talking about that call when it goes back to Ruston. Here's 4th and 25 for the Bulldogs. The first down marker at the Auburn 42. A stop by Auburn would just about do it. McCown throws. Incomplete. He had Simon open, or excuse me, Fahim Ali open, but James Jordan knocked the ball down. And on downs, Auburn gets the ball back with 2:10 to go.
It wouldn't have got the first down anyway unless he would have caught it and ran for it. But a big stop right there by the Auburn defense. And like you said, they'll be talking about that when LA Tech goes home.
2:10 to go. Back in a moment. 38-28 Auburn. Don't forget, College Sports Southeast will replay on every Auburn game in its entirety this year. Sundays at noon, Wednesdays at 7. It's the best Auburn football coverage anywhere and only on College Sports Southeast. Tommy Tuberville looks on. Now there are things to work out as the Tigers get ready for Arkansas coming into Jordan-Hare Stadium a week from today.
Well, it's going to be a big win for Auburn at homecoming, but I think it's evident that they have some things to work on defense, giving up over 400 yards to freshman Luke McCown, who's had a terrific day, but still giving up 400 yards is something they desperately need to work on for the next coming weeks.
2nd and 4 after the 6-yard run by Ksenius Moore, who's the Auburn tailback. And he carries it again. Ksenius Moore with a first down to the 24-yard line. You'll remember that Ksenius Moore in the Vanderbilt game recovered a blocked punt in the end zone for a touchdown. He gets the first down carry there, taken down by Bobby Gray. 433 yards passing for Louisiana Tech, only 36 yards rushing. So you can temper just a little bit the fact that Tech threw the ball 65 times today. Still, you never, ever want to give up that many yards passing.
You never do, but rarely are you going to win a football game throwing the ball 65 times.
The pitch to Ksenius Moore again. Cuts it to the outside, got a good block from Brandon Johnson, and Moore down to the 19, make that the 18-yard line. Gray again, the strong safety, makes the tackle. We'll get another look at this. Watch number 45, Brandon Johnson, the lead back, make the block here.
This is the thing where Ksenius Moore has got to work on. He outran his blocking, but then at the last minute, he turned back behind it and let Johnson get in front of him. That's one thing that Rudy Johnson does so well. He's patient running behind Heath Evans and those big linemen. Ksenius Moore's got to work on that. He did a good job right there. He got too far out in front and came back and let them block.
2nd down and 4. The handoff to Brandon Johnson right up the middle. Brandon Johnson cuts it to the outside, just puts his head down, and he's inside the 5.
First run of the season for number 45, Brandon Johnson. What a run it was.
First run of his career.
Well, it's good to see that the 5'11", 220-pound freshman from Beulah Battery, Alabama.
He had a knee injury, you'll recall, 2 years ago.
Look at him running right up the middle. Just keep on running his legs, keep driving down to the 2-yard line.
There is an injured Louisiana Tech player down. Back to Brandon Johnson. He tore up his knee in the Auburn, Mississippi All-Star football game 2 years ago.
That's right.
Missed all of last year as a result. And it is the injured player is Jason Alford. But Johnson missed all of last year and is a true freshman with Auburn this season.
I do remember I was watching that game. I remember seeing him do that.
It was a sloppy field, as I recall. He had a terrific game until that time.
He was actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was trying to tackle a person on an interception, if I'm not mistaken. I think a Mississippi player had intercepted the ball or something, and he was running, trying to tackle him, and he just got his leg twisted and blew his leg out. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what happened.
Well, when opponents throw for over 400 yards, Stan, this bears out what you were saying. Auburn is 4-0 when teams do that. There's the handoff to Moore, and he gets stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and this will be the last play. Auburn does not need to take another snap. And they desperately wanted to get in the end zone on that one, I bet.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech can stop the clock if it chooses. However, it will not. And Auburn doesn't need to run another play. And Auburn is 8 seconds away from becoming bowl eligible for the first time since 1997. A happy homecoming. There are things to be worked out, however, for Auburn, as the Tigers win it by a score of 38-28. Auburn on the ground, Louisiana Tech through the air. And the Tigers, as Tommy Tuberville and Jack Bucknell shake hands at midfield. Auburn improves to 6-2 on the season, and now gets ready for its final 3 SEC games, Arkansas and Georgia at home, before going to Tuscaloosa for the season finale. What a day for Rudy Johnson. 249 yards and 4 touchdowns as Auburn wins by a score of 38-28. We'll be back to wrap things up from Jordan-Hare Stadium when we return on College Sports Southeast.